James Gay.
Okay. Sounds like that worked.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Weekly DADCast, Season 2. I'm your host, James, here, providing a totally nonchalant intro for our three guests here today. So we have us, the titans of gaming and anime.
Wow.
Lewis, the lore master, with a single turn.
Stop stealing my shit. Make something new. And you fucked it up anyway.
That's quite a bit presumptuous.
I was literally about to continue with something original, Claude. Please calm down.
You lead with the original, James.
The original was the game
Lewis,
master,
or otherwise known as
Yami
Yugi.
Lore master is more accurate for Lewis because he knows lore about Warhammer. Anyway,
he also knows lore about.
With a single turn of the rulebook, he can tell you exactly the exact pigment of color his favorite lizard man is.
That's my dick case, because you're sucking that shit real hard right now.
Sotec green, just to let you know.
And then there's Claude.
What's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh waifu?
Oh, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh waifu.
The correct answer is none of them. None of them are worthwhile. Alexis is okay. That's it.
The Dark Magician Girl's fine.
Oh, if we're including cards,
we're including monster cards.
I thought you were talking about duelists,
not
cards. Then yes, Dark Magician Girl.
I don't know any other girls besides Dark Magician Girl.
None of them are worth your while. There's
like actual character on the show, I'd probably go with Shizu. If I had to go monster card,
Shizu, get it? No, that term was fucked up.
Welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh waifu cast. We do it.
So we have a fan question here today.
Wait, you didn't introduce Skylar.
Or me.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Skylar.
There's Skylar.
He said
I'm here too.
Skylar, otherwise known as Lolly Breaker.
That's a game that someone in the server is playing.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. Like, for real? Like, that's not
okay, so yes and no. He's working on a game, but I think it was James who said the joke.
It's Jake, by the way. Jake is the one working on it.
I mean, I was about for a name drop, but okay.
Jake has been on the podcast. It doesn't matter.
Well, that did happen once. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, so he's working on, like, a game, and I think James made the joke about, like, you should call it Lolly Breaker so people see you playing a game, and they think it's Lolly Breaker. So he did that, and I called it out, and Stewie called it out yesterday, but no one really made any notice. So whenever you look at him and he's working on his game, it just says that he's playing a game called Lolly Breaker.
Anyway, so we have a fan question here, straight from our emails at weeklydadcast at gmail.com.
It's like a pasta breaker, but very different.
Anonymous wants to know, hey guys, what's your most...
with that one?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Which one is your favorite?
Guys.
It's basically a lolly ham attached to your arm.
We have an actual question. Please.
Okay,
I'm trying to get the fucking question out.
We're sorry, listener.
James is very mad.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, because I can't even do the goddamn intro with you guys. You're just talking about dumb Yu-Gi-Oh shit.
It's commentary.
Talking about serious discussion. We're here talking about serious.
We argue about 2D girls every week. None of this is serious. But continue with your question.
Anyway, Anonymous wants to know, what is the most disappointing video game you've ever played? The answer is Last Guardian.
No, I thought the game was alright.
Nah, the performance was too bad.
It was bad as Shadow of the Colossus too. The game does not run very well. Have you played PS2 Shadow of the Colossus? Have you played that game?
What, PS2 Shadow of the Colossus?
Yes, PS2 Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were referring to the remaster.
Why would I be referring to the remaster?
Because Last Guardian was a PS4 game, and the remaster
was made by a different team. Also, the remaster that came out on PS3 runs even worse than the PS2 version.
I was referring to the PS4 remaster. Thank you.
That is a remake. That is not a remaster because everything is new. It's new assets.
Anyway.
My most disappointing game would probably have to be Torment Tides of Numenera, and I know that I'm going to offend all those Torment fans here.
Oh, all those Torment fans in the audience.
Tides of Numenera get blown the fuck out, bitch.
I don't know what this is referring to.
It's an isometric RPG like Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale and all that, and I'm a huge fan of those. The thing I'm not a fan of was how much reading you had to be done. The thing opens up with, I think, 5 paragraphs. You read that, you do your character, you leave. You have to read like 3 more paragraphs on 3 separate items to figure out the puzzle. You go out, talk to people for several more paragraphs, and then you're just thrown into the world with just reading paragraphs to get stuff done. It was not enjoyable.
My answer is based on me being a child when I played this game. I was super into Final Fantasy VII. I was fresh off of playing Crisis Core, which is my very first Final Fantasy game. Bro, fuck you, Crisis Core is great. I will fight you.
No, I mean going to Final Fantasy VII after playing Crisis Core.
No, I didn't play FF7 after I played Crisis Core. That you're a fool to assume that. The game I played after that was Dirge of Cerberus.
That's the real I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I played that, and that game, I beat it as well. And that game, I'll tell you what, oof, that game feels very bad to play. And it's very confusing, and I didn't understand what the fuck was going on for the entirety of that game, because the story is, like, nonsensical. And it's just bad. If you fight a helicopter, like, 12 times... It's not good. It's not a good game. Don't play it. That's my answer.
What about you, Clown?
I don't recall the name of it, but there was like this Bruce Lee game on the Xbox, and I was really big on like martial arts movies. Like I watched them all the time with my dad. I was like, oh shit, a Bruce Lee game, nice. And like it controlled like ass. Nothing about it was good. I don't remember much about it except like the disdain I had for the movie, or not the movie, the game.
Was it like the Xbox one, the original Xbox Bruce Lee game?
Yes.
I forget what that one's called, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that one's really
I'm looking it up right now.
Is it like repurposed old Bruce Lee like dialogue and stuff?
Bruce Lee Quest. Yes, it was. Bruce Lee Quest of the Dragon was the name of the game.
Yeah, that's it.
The game was awful.
Yep, it was really bad. He's very correct about how bad it was.
I never played it before. I didn't even know they made Bruce Lee video games, but good to know, I guess. I know Bruce Lee was popular, but like I didn't think.
I think like, that's an understatement.
Well, I mean, like that's not what I meant. But was that before or after he died? Because
it was after he died.
Bruce Lee died in the 70s.
Yeah.
Well, see, but that's what I was gonna say. I could have sworn. I figured like Bruce Lee's family was like super restrictive with his likeness and stuff. So the idea of there being a Bruce Lee video game out was just weird. Also, I didn't know he died in the 70s. That's interesting.
He died a while ago.
He was beat up by the mafia.
Bruce Lee. Yeah.
Maybe not the mafia.
He died in 1973.
You looked up his death date, and it just gave you a question mark.
Is he still alive? He's living in Cuba, like Tupac and Biggie.
With Tupac, Biggie, Elvis, and Marilyn Monroe. They're all there hanging out.
Why Marilyn Monroe? What would she be with him?
Well, I mean, otherwise it'd be a sausage fest.
Was it his son that was like that died because of like a quote-unquote prop gun?
Yeah, Brandon Lee. It was during the filming of The Crow. What happened was they had a blank with a squib in it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
There was an issue with the blank with the I think it was like they shot a blank and like a piece of the cartridge shot out and hit him and he died.
Bruce Lee family cursed. Remember when Rock Lee showed up?
Remember how Rock Lee produced a child asexually?
I'm telling you, he raped Tintin. That's got to be the only way.
No, that child was birthed.
No, he's pure. He's not gonna rape nobody.
You don't know what happens when he's drunk.
We do actually. We do know what happens when he's drunk. That is very well documented, actually.
Well, I meant like who's gonna stop him when he's drunk? You don't. He could. Anything could happen. And it did. And now we have Metal Lee.
Of course, Rock is really bad at naming things. I'm going to throw that out there. That's like that name is whack.
Yeah. What would be a better name for Metal Lee?
Anything that's not that. Anything.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, thank you for sending in your fan question, Anonymous. If you'd like to send in your questions, you can hit us up at weeklydadcast@gmail.com. Or you can go to our brand new website, weeklydadcast.com, and go to the About page, where there's a little form that you can fill out with all the stuff you can do to send in your email. Twitter, @weeklydadcast. Thank you. How is everybody's week? Who wants to go first?
You said
I
you
will go first because I've whatever, fuck it. I don't really do too much this week. I mostly studied for tests, and that's pretty much it. I played DMC5. We didn't get to talk about that last week. Because
By the way, for those who don't know, the big discuss this week is the DMC5 Spoilercast.
So I'll save my DMC5 in-depth impressions for later, because I'll just mention that right now that game is amazing. And if you don't want to wait for the Spoilercast, go play it because it's amazing. Other than that, though, I didn't really do too much. I played a little bit of the Apex Legends, because that's
how do you like it?
It's hip with the children these days. I think it's pretty okay. Whenever I play it, though, I'm left with some sadness over it not feeling as much like Titanfall.
Well, you know what you do to solve that?
Play Titanfall 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just play Titanfall 2.
Are people playing that game again?
Yeah, people.
Dude, that got blown the fuck up with Apex.
I might go back and play Titanfall 2 again, because
I'll play Titanfall 2 with you, man.
I played that all the time back when it was new, and I was just very sad. Because I just played it and I'm like, yeah, this feels alright. I remember liking these guns, yada yada, but it's like I want my double jump, I miss my wall run. Pathfinder's grappling hook just isn't the same because you don't go as fast.
Skylar missed the Mozambique actually being a good secondary.
Actually, yes, I do miss that.
Well, it got switched to primary later on.
Yeah.
And then it was bad.
But the thing with Titanfall is that whenever I played it, I was way too I feel like it was needed for you to have an anti-Titan weapon. It was basically like required. I felt like for you to have one.
I mean, that's fair.
So what I did was I had the mag grenade launcher, which is super good, because you would do that and it would basically you would guarantee a hit on Titan, and that would build your own Titan juice up, and so you get your Titan really fast if you pester the Titan with the grenade rounds or whatever.
I can't wait for the announcement from Respawn that the new Titanfall experience they're coming out with is Lego Titanfall.
Yeah, it's Funko Titanfall.
No, it's Lego. No, it's a Lego game. It's one of the Lego games, but it's Titanfall.
No, it's like the Funko Gears of War, but Titanfall.
I would much rather have it be Legos.
So
that's a joke, James. This is not a thing that you would want.
No, why don't do this to me,
Skylar? Who do you play in Apex?
I've been kind of jumping around. I like Bangalore.
Same.
And I like what's the bit?
Bloodhound.
No. Bangalore is the girl with the grenade launcher with the smoke weapon.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the big dude that's like Mallory? Gibraltar. Yeah, I like him.
Jabroni.
Yeah, he's great. I like Gibraltar a lot. And I also like Wraith.
I'm a caustic
the coward class. I see.
Yeah, well, the thing is that being a coward is the name of the game in Apex.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Why do you have? There's no reason to ever engage with anybody in that game,
except to win.
You eventually
wait for that till the end.
At the end, but before that, there's literally no reason to ever do it. It's like you're putting yourself in needless danger.
No, it's fine.
I mean, I hear you playing the game with Stewie all the time, and you get bodied, so he might have the right answer.
Nah, Stewie's great, and
Stewie's great. You get
bodied.
I mean, I've still won
by help of Stewie. I'm just saying.
No, I've won without Stewie.
His way to the win. That's still a legitimate win. You could You could fail all the time in class, and Skylar could work his hardest in class. And if he gets a degree after getting a C, or if you get a degree after getting a C, and he gets an A, y'all both got the same degree.
My point was that I still won without Stewie, is what I was saying. You didn't let me get that part out there.
Yeah.
I think I've won once with Stewie, and I've won once without him, so it's fine.
I've won 0.
You'll get there.
I am not good at
Never
battle
downloaded the
royales.
game. Continue.
But in
Was that the
case-
rest? Was that? Oh, Lewis, did you want to have your week next?
No, I was just gonna say, Scott, I'm really glad you're enjoying Apex.
Yeah.
Because it is a fun game.
I think it's fun. But
How
now
many
that-
times do you ask where we're dropping when you play?
Well, that's actually the thing that makes me the most mad. Is that now at first I was like, I never want to be the jump master. This is too much effort. This is too much pressure on me. But then after playing it, I'm like, no, make me the jump master, please, God, because
For the love of God.
if it's not me or my brother, we'll always drop in like the high tier loot places, and we'll
The hot zone.
and we'll just get killed instantly because we got there fucking after someone else and they grabbed the gun. And then I don't have a gun, and I just get fucking
Really?
bopped.
Kick him to death. Punch him.
And it's like, why would you do this? This is like the dumbest decision you could have made.
Once I had a game where where I think every single person on the dropship we were on, because you know how there's 3 dropships that spawn in for the players.
What?
Yeah.
What? No. What? No.
Yeah. Everyone comes in on 3 separate dropships.
I've only ever seen one dropship. What are you
That's
talking
because they're
about?
far fucking away.
What? I've
Yeah.
never seen multiple
Yeah.
dropships. I've seen like the little loot ship
No,
that you
not,
can land
not,
on.
Not the loot ship, but like the actual drop ship that comes in and everyone deploys out of. There's 3.
I don't believe you. Skylar, what are you doing? Stop that.
What am I doing? I'm sorry. What was the
You're
thing that I was
shuffling
doing?
around. Quit shuffling around the lolly in your coat that I know you have in there.
Sorry.
Folks, he keeps lollies in his coat. Don't let him.
What would you say if, like, during
The
a
sedative
podcast,
is
you
running.
just heard a
It's-
little girl, like, begging for food?
I'd be like,
Hey.
anyway, so moving on to my week.
I would-
That's what you
I
say?
like-
You say? It's good, like,
That's what I see.
It's
another loaf of bread. And anyway, on to my week.
So on to my week, because I'm assuming that's all Skylar
Yeah,
did was
fuck
study
little
and play
kid.
Apex. Yeah, basically, that's what's happening.
It's true.
I watched some anime, and I've also been studying. No, I've been watching some anime, and I've been watching, or I've been also studying for a test. The studying has been begrudgingly. I watched Angel's Egg, and wow,
Did you fall asleep?
no, I didn't fall asleep. I got real close though. I was looking at that timer like, I
It was
really
only
want to
an
go.
hour long.
Yeah, but it was 3:00 in the morning.
Well, maybe don't watch Angel Egg at 3 in the morning.
Well, maybe Angel Egg shouldn't be a good movie. Wow, but yeah, wow. Cyberpunk priest. Interesting character.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, priest?
So the staff he holds very much looks to me
It's supposed to
like
be
a
small.
cross,
But
and he also quotes
they call
by
him
the.
the soldier, though.
I don't win.
That's
Where?
what in the credits.
Oh, well, I didn't watch the credits. I went straight
He
to
literally
bed.
hops off a tank, though. That's like one of the first things that happens in the movie.
Yeah, but he also quotes Bible verses, and that's what I always like. That's what I
Yeah,
equated him to,
But
as like a priest.
He's quoting them to say that they're wrong, though. Like the whole conversation is like, because it's supposed to be like the girl's like there's like the devout believer who just
Mhm.
goes along with it, and then he's like, "This is whack," and then he destroys the egg.
Yeah, but then it ends up being futile because all the other eggs spawn.
Yeah, because it's one of those movies that's very much like up for you to interpret. Like the whole
Yeah.
shit with like the So I just feel like
Soldiers and the fish.
I feel like a lot of the movie is like about like criticizing blind faith, essentially. Like the girl believes in that the egg will hatch into a big bird, and she believes that into an angel because she believes that because she found a giant fossil of a bird in her house, and that's her logic that this egg that she found is going to hatch into an angel, right?
That's not what I got out of it at all.
But then you also have the fishermen in the village, or they said that they're every night they go out to try and catch the fish, but the fish aren't real; they're just shadows that exist, and they throw the harpoons, but they never catch anything. And
Because the fish are gone.
yeah, and so my whole thing with it is it just feels like it's like this idea, because it was made right around the time Oshii had like sort of like become disillusioned with the Christian faith. He was Christian at the time. You can kind of think like his Christianity, his Christian views kind of bleed into his movies somewhat.
I would assume the movie called with the word angel in it, in Bible verses, speaking of a great flood.
But I mean, like, that's not the only one. Like, angel, like his religious stuff kind of goes into Ghost in the Shell,
oh shit, that's the dude who made Ghost in the Shell,
and Palabor and stuff too. Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't know that. I thought the art looked familiar, but I couldn't place it.
Well, it's okay. So the art staff is very different. The person who did the character designers is Yoshitaka Amano, who did the art for the Final Fantasy games, like the old ones, like 1 through 6.
Yeah, 1 through 6.
Yeah, so he's that guy, and then the art director was Shichiro Kobayashi, who did like a lot of this stuff for like the Zaki stuff. So he did like the art design for like Ashita no Joe, and things like that. And so
I just want to see Nomura do Angel's Egg and just see the soldier wear a bunch of belts.
All the belts.
The egg is surrounded. Is actually like it. So there's the egg, and then it's covered in belts, so it's harder to crack open.
And then like the end of the movie, right, is like they zoomed out of the place, and they're on the Ark. And
is that what that was? I could not really tell what that was.
It's a big boat, and the boat's capsized.
Okay, so the boat is capsized. Okay, I see it now. Yeah. Okay, so it's like an island made out of the underside of a boat.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't at all like understand what I was looking at that point.
It's such a long shot where like, what the fuck am I looking at? But then you get to the end of it, and it's like, oh, that's a boat. That's a big old boat.
What I thought, until it zoomed out into where you can actually see the whole structure, I thought we were gonna like zoom out and we were inside the egg the whole time. It's like, like one of those.
Well, the whole world was the angel's egg. We truly are the angel's egg.
The angel's egg was the friends we found along the way.
Yikes.
What do you think was actually? I don't remember actually seeing what was inside the egg. What do you think it was?
Well, they don't show. Yeah, it's just the egg breaks, and then the girl, she sees the egg is broken, and then she runs away. I think it's kind of like it doesn't really
matter.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Important is what is the story revolving around the egg and
what the egg like represents to the characters or whatever. I think that it's interesting because you can read a bit, because when you're reading like into the religiosity of it, you can kind of make a reading of the movie as being a comment on Pascal's wager, right? Like if you don't remember, Pascal's wager is so basically if you're living in a religious land.
Oh, I know the one where you're better off believing in God rather than risking the actual consequence.
You're better off living as a holy man because in that respect, if God is real, then
you're okay.
You have lived a holy life and you'll get into heaven. And if God isn't real, you'll have lived a virtuous life anyway.
Yeah. I got what I got out of it. I thought a lot of it was like, I got a lot of stuff about cycles out of it. Mm-hmm. Like when they show what's it called? What's it fucking called? When they get to the house and you see all the bottles lined up leading to the fossil, I got out. I didn't get that it was like she had been visiting, like she had been staying there for a long time. I thought it was this sort of thing kept repeating and she keeps going to this place. And that I kind of felt like that was what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, the way the movie ends with the ship, as it were, coming back on the shore, like how we see it at the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, because there's the bit where you see like all the statues of the women on the giant eyeball thing.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like the main character girl becomes one of them.
Yeah, that was a thing, and also how we see like an older version of her in the water, and it seemed to me like that was the passing of the next generation almost, or like a development into maybe adulthood, like obviously some sort of adulthood.
Yeah, I always
Because
read that as sort of like the idea of like believing and as time passing, but it's sort of like that she would have been like an adult. I get like basically like that she was like older, right? I guess it's kind of hard to explain, but my idea
she
is
was
like
older,
that
but
her belief kept
childish.
her a child. Yeah, her belief kept her as a child. I guess is the way I think about it.
Okay, I can see that.
Because I really do think I read the movie a lot.
Because it does happen directly after the she sees what's in the egg. So the idea of like seeing the egg broken kind of removes that childish veneer, I guess, and she has to grow up in a way. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's very good. It's very much like in your, you yourself. You get what you get out of it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm off to go kill the president now. This was my Catcher in the Rye. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Wait,
is Donald Trump the new John Lennon?
Donald Trump is the new Reagan, actually.
Oh, I actually couldn't remember if the Reagan killer or shooter was the one that
there was
would
three
Catcher in the Rye, or if
there
it
was three.
If it was the dude that did kill John Lennon.
It was both, I think. I think it was actually both.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, Catcher in the Rye is cursed.
Catcher in the Rye is responsible
Catcher in
for
the Rye,
almost
more
as
like
many
shoot him in the eye. Haha.
It's responsible for almost as many shootings as Milo Yiannopoulos. Ho ho.
Ooh.
Topical humor.
Oh no, people died. I also watched Metropolis, and that soundtrack is fucking banging.
Oh, it's a bop. That soundtrack.
I should note I've never actually seen the original Metropolis. I should probably do that.
What about both of them? Because as I mentioned before, that movie is weird and fucked up because it's an adaptation, technically, of the Osamu Tezuka manga adaptation of Metropolis, but Tezuka made a manga version of Metropolis without ever seeing the movie.
How does he do that? Did he just look at the name and like a poster?
He just knew vaguely what it was about, and so he was like, "I'll just do whatever." Yeah, and so it's very, very different.
Okay.
And so and so the Rintaro anime that Madhouse did is like a combination of both of them, and it's very, very good. I also highly recommend that. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Watch Metropolis too.
Yeah, I
The
know.
Old one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I haven't seen the original. I'm going to go do that very soon.
Do you know like which transfer you'd want to watch of it? Because there's like a couple of them.
No, I'm not aware. I know there's one on Netflix.
There's like the 3-hour one that's like the Criterion Collection, like restored version that has all of the footage that we found of it, because there's like, I think there's still like 20 minutes of the movie that we haven't recovered. So there's a part in the movie where it's like there's some text on screen where it's like this scene has been lost, but we're gonna tell you what happened in it.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. I'm gonna watch that one then.
So there's that one. That one's the most complete version of it, quote unquote. And then there was a restoration of it from the 80s that was done by this dude. I forget his name, but he was a music producer. And he was basically this incredibly it's very, very controversial restoration because he rescored it and he recut it a bit, and it has like a bunch of like music from the time in it, stuff that he composed himself, stuff from bands that were relevant at the time. There's like a David Bowie song in it, I think. And it's actually really cool. Like, I don't dislike it at all, but it's like because the thing with silent films is that recreating them faithfully is basically impossible.
Hey, Skylar, question.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch the 2018 remake of Suspiria today?
I've seen it already.
Can we watch it?
Hey, James, question.
Hold on a sec. What, Lewis?
I do my week.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Now, go ahead, dude. What's your week, dude? That was pretty much the end of my week.
Okay. Before anything comes up.
Before Lewis can do his week, quick.
Well, no, I'm just because you were asking me about watching that. Skylar and I are going to be watching a fight tonight.
Yeah,
so.
we are.
Oh, tomorrow, please.
You could just watch it yourself. It's
yeah, I know.
Okay, send me your address again when you can. I don't remember where you live.
I'll send it to you.
All right, Lewis, how was your week?
Well, my week was pretty good, all things considered.
All right, moving on to the Waifu.
This was my spring break, so I came back home, spent time with family, went to a gaming shop, that sort of thing. This was something I was bring up to Skylar. I started and finished 2 anime series this week, actually within the past 2 days. Cells at Work and Megalobox. I started and finished.
Oh, so how'd you like them? Actually,
Cells at Work is really fucking good.
Yeah, the manga for that's pretty fun. I've read a bit of it.
I just gotta say, this guy gets fucking injured and does not take care of his body. Goddamn. Yeah.
Well, no, you would. There's a spin-off manga that's even worse with that. It's called Cells at Work Black, and it's basically like the guy is like diseased and he smokes.
He's a bug
and it's like and it's like the whole like thing. It's like it's way rougher. Like the dude's body is falling apart. And that in that one, like the players are like child soldiers and shit. Like it's rough.
Okay, I might check that out. But yeah, so far the show was really good. I liked the medical stuff because, like, when I took Human Body, all the stuff that was brought up, I got to see how they implement it. And I think my favorite thing is seeing the sort of like industries of all the different organs. So seeing the lungs having giant vents. Seeing the what was it? Seeing the fuck. I can't. But it's just how all the organs have their own like industrial buildings. Look, it's super cool for me. And then Megalobox, which, by the way, I literally finished Megalobox at 12 p.m. this morning. It was also super good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It has one of the probably like the best OSTs of last year.
Yeah,
that's a fucking banger.
Yeah, this was super good. This was one that Stewie recommended to me. I think like 6 months to a year ago, and I finally mentioned, "Hey, I finished it in under like a day." Probably should have done it sooner, but you guys know how I am with.
Yeah. I guess so.
Other than that, nothing too bad. Nothing too bad happened. My grandfather went in for surgery.
How is he?
He's doing pretty good. He had a hernia in like I think on the inside of his right thigh that had to be taken out. And for twice in my grandfather's life that I know of, the doctor has said it was the most boring surgery he had ever performed in his life.
Is that a good thing?
I don't understand. Yeah,
it's a good thing. It's the most by the book textbook. This is how the surgery should go. No complications, nothing.
He wanted complications?
Yeah, that's what we joked about when he said it was the most. So the first time was when he had a valve transplant for his heart. They did it, and the doctor said that was the most boring surgery I've ever done in my entire life. And we were like, thanks? Like, did you want there to be some kind of complication to spice things up a bit, or?
I'd really like it if you would almost die on the table.
That would have been much funnier to me.
That would have been a hype. It was hype when you went into cardiac arrest.
But yeah, so then he got that removed, so he's recovering now from it. He's now asking for a bit of morphine again, which we're dealing with. But aside from that, everything's good.
Well, that's all right. Did you do anything else with your week?
Mostly just hung out with my nephew because he doesn't get to see me often, so I played with him a lot.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That was my week. Short and sweet.
It's gonna be the opposite of my week. My week is fucking long as shit. But I'll keep it condensed. I wasn't on podcast last week because I went deep sea fishing.
Claude is also currently scuba diving as well.
Well, they won't be able to hear that in post, but apparently I sound like I'm underwater right now. Yeah, so deep sea fishing, that was fun. Last time I caught like more fish than anyone combined, like as far as my group goes. And this time, we got to our first spot. My girl caught like 3 fish by the time I caught 1. She let 2 of them go. And she started talking mad shit. I was like, okay, whatever. And she just kept bringing up like, how much more fish she had. And she was like, last time I thought you were green. I didn't know you'd fished before because I used to fish all the time with my dad. It was when I was like 14, and I didn't really fish again until like last year. And she's like, but now it's competition. I was like, okay. We got to our second spot, and it's like within 30 seconds each time, I was catching shit. She wasn't catching nothing. No one else was. And it was like, think about that one kid, like the awkward one holding the cup. That was basically her at that point, because she what is that? Sorry, because she was looking back and forth, being like, "Oh God, I hope he doesn't say anything to me," because I was like, "All right, I'm just catching everything." And as the trip ended, I'd once again seen fucking everything. Oh, that's what that was. James messaged me. He had to go walk his dogs, feed them. Okay. Yeah, so that was cool. I watched Captain Marvel. My girlfriend hated it. I thought it was okay at best. It was serviceable, but I would not recommend it to people. Which is weird because I'm seeing a lot of friends say they loved it, and I don't see how you could love that movie. Captain Marvel herself, like Brie Larson, is the most whatever. Like, I didn't care for her. Like, she's probably, of all the Marvel main characters, like, she's my least favorite. I like Paul Rudd Ant-Man, like, well enough, and I feel like he's better than her. So yeah, not excited to see her, especially Thor could whip her ass. So like, I'm kind of confused as to like what she could do to make people be like, oh, Miss Marvel is the best. She's gonna save the day. Whatever. I played
Was she a
DMC5.
Nazi in this movie?
Huh?
Was she a Nazi in this movie?
No, that's later on.
Okay, so wait. I wait for Endgame for her to become a Nazi.
Yeah, we got probably. We need her to be in the same room as a black kid.
Yikes.
Then played DMC5. Can't talk about that now because we're having a spoiler cast. Then I'll talk a bit about anime and then the one game I played. I caught up, like I binged Boogie Pop, like because I was already like episode 3 and I did the first thing. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna wait for the next 2 arcs or next arc to be done. I waited for 2 arcs, binged it. That show is fantastic. It's I think we did talk about it when we did our like anime first impressions for the beginning of the season. Is a supernatural mystery drama. With some fantastic character writing. Boogie Pop's VA sells that show so well, which kind of sucks in a way because Boogie Pop shows up basically to solve the problems.
Yeah, that is the purpose of the character, pretty much.
I mean, that's the purpose of the character, but when your character is like 10 on 10 and you want to see more of them, but you can't because when they're there, the problem's over. Like, that's where that conflict is, because I love Boogie Pop. It's just only at the third story they did, Boogie Pop at Dawn was the only one you've actually been able to have her sit down and talk for prolonged periods of time because of some parts of that storyline that kind of forced it to be there. Like, hey, listen to Boogie Pop versus Boogie Pop's here. Which the coolest thing about Boogie Pop is that when she shows up and the villain's like, "Oh, who are you?" and she's like, "You know who I am." And I'm like, Jesus, man, Boogie Pop's cool. Aside that, I watched a couple of anime. I finally watched the Kill la Kill OVA.
I still haven't seen that either.
It's good. It's not fantastic, but it's good. It takes place 2 months after the anime ends.
Okay.
So yeah, you can kind of see, everything's already been solved and all that.
Alright.
I watched 2 things. The shorter one, or I'll start with the longer one. I watched Mind Game this morning by Masaaki Yuasa. It is. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in my entire life.
Mind Game is fucking great.
Now, I'll say it's great, but I'll also say of all of his works, this is the most. It's not for everyone thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it is. It is not for everyone at all.
It is peak Yuasa. Like, The
Yeah,
style
it's
shift
his
switching,
most
like
unfettered work of all time.
at first I was like, all right, cool, you know, I was enjoying it, and then they got to, you know, I'm gonna just call it a kaiju. It's not a kaiju, but it might fucking well be, because that thing was massive. That running scene at the end of like, we gotta get out.
Yeah, running up
Lasted-
its mouth, its tongue.
Yeah, it lasted so fucking
It
long.
was like 5 minutes.
That old man is my hero.
He's the best. I fucking love the old man.
Kind of made me hate, what was his name, Nishiki? I hated him only because of his temper tantrum for that, like, one scene where I was like, you didn't need to break this man's shit. I get you're frustrated, but he's been nothing but nice to you.
Yeah.
And then I also didn't like it when they're like, time to leave the whale. And it happened twice, and they were gonna leave him twice. I was like, why are you... What? Why are you guys trying to escape without the man? He clearly wants to go, but he can't.
He's weird and creepy.
But you all live with him, and he's the most optimistic thing. Told you guys, you know, yeah, I was sad and depressed and all that, but I learned you have to have fun or else you'll go crazy. And then you see his little scribbles everywhere. It's like, please God save me. All the days he's been like, he had a fucking rough ass life, 30 years. I will say, and I hope you can give me your explanation of it. I was with the movie, I understood it, and then I got to the end when it jumped back to that other debt collector. I didn't really get part because it was like, all right, you know, they all got out of it, and everyone's seeing all the future possibilities they could have. Because that's one of the things they said is like we can shape our own futures for ourselves. And I really appreciated seeing like all these different realities they could each live in and what they could each be doing. And then it zooms in on his watch, his watch, his belt, which is the time belt, and it jumps back and you see that debt collector. I was like, wait, what? I don't understand. I didn't get what happened there and why him specifically.
Oh, well, at the end, they were talking about the ending montage.
Before so there's two ending montages.
Or just music.
There's one where they get out of the whale.
Get out of the thing.
And then like after they get out of the whale, it zooms in on his time belt, and you see it jump to that other debt collector, and instead of going with his friend to chase after Mio, he goes to what I'm assuming was his wife, maybe girlfriend. I'll just say wife. And then they get on the train, and then the movie ends, and you get your next montage.
Yeah,
but that scene where it jumped to the deck collector, I didn't get.
I think it was just the whole thing is basically just like showing the characters like the things that could have happened, right? Like it's like the whole thing where it's like your life is the sum of your decisions, kind of thing, and decisions are made, kind of. So like that was just kind of how I think about it. Like the end of the movie is like showing like everyone's past and everyone how they all got to where they are. Like even goes back to like World War II.
Yeah.
Right? During that montage. Yeah. So it's all about like the culmination of, you know, people's living and your everyday life and how that can have like, you know, large scale ramifications on your future and the future of people around you, things like that. I think that was just kind of like a callback to the beginning of the movie.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
And how the whole movie could have been avoided if he just did something else.
Also, how would you feel if God fucked with you in that way, where it's just God constantly showed you yourself getting shot in your asshole?
Yeah, that seems amazing.
like the screens everywhere was one thing. Where I lost it was there was just a model of you and your butt cheeks and all that separating, gun being planted in, and then like coming back together. I was like, Jesus, like why? Like that's extreme.
God is something in that movie.
God is pretty good.
Yeah. It's funny, when I first saw that movie, I was watching it. It was when it aired on Toonami once. It was like whenever they did the preview thing where they secretly aired the first episode of Fooly Cooly Alternative. Mm-hmm. Right, and then after that they aired Mind Game, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this yet.
Does it have a dub? I'd be shocked.
It was subbed. It was subbed on TV.
That's surprising. Okay.
Yeah, and it was. Well, they also aired JoJo subbed that night too. It was a whole thing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I think Tom was also speaking Japanese that night, but I might be
that's great.
Because it was like, cause the whole thing was the gimmick of the night is they were airing subbed shows because nothing had been dubbed yet. Because Fully Cooley hadn't been dubbed yet, so they were making a thing out of it.
Wait, you said alternative. I thought Fully Cooley was dubbed before it ever got a sub. Like, that was one of the things that surprised me.
No, it was like they showed the first episode of the second series, so it was like that hadn't even been dubbed yet. It wasn't even finished because it was like way ahead of when the show was supposed to be released.
So, was it the first series that was dubbed before it was subbed?
Maybe.
Because I do remember that being like a legitimate thing that like freaked people out. There was like this Fully Cooley series was dubbed, and if people in Japan wanted to watch it, they would have to watch like the English dub first. Like
yeah. So it was the first episode of Alternative, and it was subbed instead of dubbed. So they showed Mind Games, and I remember I was watching it in the living room, and there's that bit in the bar where the dude's gonna rape the other girl, whatever her name is. And right at that moment, my dad, it was like watching it, like it was like fucking 1:30 in the morning, and my dad decided to get up at that moment because he really needed a glass of water. So he just walks in at like that scene outside of any others. I was very annoyed. His timing is impeccable.
Yeah, that's a weird one to walk in on. It's always when it's like scenes that you don't want anyone to see is when someone comes through. Yeah. Like I was playing DMC5. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's when Dante cuts something and a naked woman is there. That's for some reason when my family needed to come talk to me. I'm like, please.
It's always during their scenes.
Well, it's like my dad has like above average timing with this kind of thing because he's also walked in. He walked in. I was watching Devilman Crybaby on the TV, and he walked in on right as that bit where Akira is watching porn on the school movie theater.
Oh, absolutely. Right?
Yeah, and then also me and my brother were watching the new Suspiria. And he walked in during the climax of the movie, which I'm not gonna spoil for anybody because you should watch it. But that's like, there's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't want your dad watching that over your shoulder.
I feel like because of when he comes in, the scenes you watch, he might have some like things like my son's a degenerate, constantly watching rape scenes and porn, or
watching porn on the fucking living room TV.
There's some people who are that bold.
I'd like to imagine your dad says, "Listen, Skylar, we need to talk." Oh, no, it's not what you think. No, I'm proud to have raised such a bold son. What? Water?
Yeah, that would be. I'd be alarmed.
Yeah, that would be alarming. You're correct.
There's only one thing I'm not proud about. What? Why do you not like women with the big breasts? Are you into little girls? No.
Oh my God, guys, look in DADCast chat for a little bit, and someone can tell all the viewers what happened.
Yeah.
I was just looking at DADCast chat.
James's phone fell onto his computer and made it blue screen.
Yeah, so we might be without our fearless leader for
all
a
right,
minute.
Everyone, welcome to the Flamecast. This is your host, Flameboy915.
Well, yeah.
Are we now Shin Dadcast?
We might have like DT'd into Shin Dadcast.
Damn.
All right. Well, next thing on the docket is the Waifucast. So who is our waifu?
Wow, I'm glad you can dictate what my
Lewis is fucking on it.
Sorry.
I had two more things. One of them only Skylar would care about. But still, I had two more things.
I'm sorry. It's just that we had the tangent of Skylar going off with talking about his dad and shit.
What else you got, Claude?
I watched Kick Heart.
Oh, how was that? I actually haven't seen Kick Heart. So
Kick Heart's really good. Kick Heart's so Masaaki Yuasa, when he's like, man, I need to do my own shit. People aren't hiring me. My stuff is like critically acclaimed, but not doing well financially. He made his own studio called Science Saru. And Kickstarter is like, or Kick Heart, I believe was the first Kickstarted anime.
I believe so.
It was a 12-minute project he made. It was pretty good. Definitely for people who like wrestling. I won't really say anything about it. There's some you could tell he had fun with it. It's the first project he made with Science Saru, and then it was like, hey, you want to take it easier way into anime, and he was like, no, and he made 2 feature films in a 10 episode anime series in 1 year.
Yeah.
Masaaki Yuasa is doing it. Is he doing anything else this year except for that movie that we know of?
I don't think so. I don't know though.
Because I mean, the man would deserve a break, but I didn't know if he wanted to do his first year with 2 movies and an anime, and then his second year with like 1 movie, or he had some type of plans. Whatever.
Yeah.
Kick Heart's super good. You know, it's 12 minutes. Highly advise you go out there, watch it. And finally, I played JoJo the Seventh Stand User. That's a JoJo fan game from 2014? Was it 2014? Was it 2004? Anyone know?
I have no clue.
I have
no idea. Can't tell you.
Actually check it, because I actually looked up that game.
Okay. Well, yeah, so basically, you're an additional character in JoJo. Part 3 is where it starts. Apparently, it covers the next couple parts after that. But you're a stand user there, and you join the Joestar party. You could probably bad end really early in, because after you fight Kakyoin, you're there with Jotaro, and he's like, "Are you one of Dio's stand users?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Good. I didn't think you were. Didn't look it. You might have been able to bad end. He might whip your ass right there."
2015.
2015. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Super good. They ask you a personality test, or they do give you a personality test at the beginning, and that determines what your stand is. I got a deep purple, short range stand, could like fuck with oxygen and like hydrating stuff, make bombs, make poison, whatever you can imagine would happen to air. Very strong with it as far as powers go. Physically, is not strong. I played it for a good number of hours. It's weird because even though it's part 3, you start the game off in Moriocho because like Tony's like restaurant's there, Cinderella Salon's there. I forgot his name. The guy with the lock and like the cat in the bag is there. So it's like you're clearly in Moriocho, but this is JoJo Part 3. So I don't know. You know, I guess because he wanted to throw in some more references.
Wait,
but,
who?
yeah,
the guy with the cat in the bag?
Huh?
You said something with the bag?
Yeah, there was the dude with the lock, the one who like his stand is like you put a lock on your heart.
Oh
he,
yeah.
Like felt guilt, and he had the fake cat in a bag, and Koichi ran over it.
Oh
and
yeah.
That's how he started dicking with Koichi. Honestly, that man's kind of commendable in a sense. I know you remember that scene. Well, both of you watched the show. Would you, if you got caught by that and you got punched in the face by Okuyasu, would you have the conviction to stumble, trip, and fall till one of your teeth got busted on the sidewalk?
That is true. He has like
I would not
strong conviction. That man.
Like, I'm gonna fuck up my mouth forever to make you feel guilty about it. Yeah. So last fight I did was we just beat Polnareff, so now he's on the party, which means the next stand user. I talked to Lewis to remind this. So Deep Blue Moon is the next stand user we're gonna have to deal with. We're at the harbor right now. We haven't gotten on the boat. So and there's gimmicks for each fight. Like you fight Polnareff and goddamn man, what was my friend? Silver Chariot. You beat him, but then you get to that second stage of the fight where he makes it like move so fast that there's 7 copies, and you're fighting 7 of them, and it's bullshit because Polnareff is in the background healing, and they're all hitting you, and you basically have to out DPS him. And if you can't, well, I guess go back and grind for a while, depending on what your stand even is. Or you can use one of the other stand users. Like I fought him with my stand user the first time, and used Abdul the second time because he had way more SP than me, so he could use those big wipe everything in the area attacks. Like, because I think he had triple my SP, so my character couldn't do it because fuck that. Anyway, 7th stand user. I'll give updates later. Fun little Pokemon-ish RPG game.
What are like the normal? Well, like what are the like random battles in that? Like what is that?
So in the first town there was just delinquents who you just punch in the face. There are a bunch of random encounters with like generic enemies, like murder dolls, is what they're normally called. And the logic behind them is that they're all remote control stands that work by like they each have a piece of their user's hair in them.
Okay,
So
I'm
that's
back.
why so
We're
many-
talking about 7th stand user, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, holy shit, I cannot begin to tell you the audio issues I just had. But please continue.
All right, it's fine. Guys, sorry. We ran out of our Devil Trigger meter. We might get some more later.
Wait,
Hmm?
What?
Is
What?
it a joke
No.
that we popped our DT into the Shin Dadcast?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. But Lewis is here. You can't have a Shin Dadcast with
Shin
Lewis.
Dadcast is just Dadcast without you. Which is weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry about it. So like there's a bunch of they're wandering around. Some of them are just like, hey, karate man who's been possessed. Hey, just a bunch of bugs flying around and fuck you up. The enemies change in each area because of course I started the game in Morioto, and in the second area I was in Hong Kong. I don't remember where I am right now because I know I went somewhere to go to a harbor because I'm gonna get on the boat with Deep Blue Moon, and then we're gonna go straight from that into Strength, and I probably won't deal with random encounters again until right before Ebony Devil. So yeah, that's my week.
God damn, that was a
Sweet.
long-ass week.
You're one to talk, James.
My week was not nearly that long. I had to go through an entire audio rearranging of my setup.
I'd say it was
much.
comparable to what yours was. Plus, we talked about Mind Game for a while. But, that's
Mind games? Anyway, let's move on to the
Mind Game, the
Waifucast.
Masaaki Yuasa
Who's our
movie.
waifu this week?
Oh, shit. Let me pull that up real quick.
Damn.
The
Only the
waifu
most
this
professional.
week is Sae Niijima.
I'm gonna say
Not
attractive, but not
Can you
viable.
tell me the name so I can look her up real
Non-viable.
quick?
Sae Niijima.
Sae Niijima.
Best party member's sister.
Yes.
Yeah, no, she's not viable because she's a terrible person. I hate her.
Yeah. Actual monster.
Actual
Willing to rip
monster,
apart families for information she was not positive
maybe
they had.
has character development throughout the game, but I'll have to forgive her earlier actions just because she decided she learns that they were wrong later.
Like it's the Jamie Lannister problem of like, yeah, I mean you're cool now, but almost 90% of what's happening right now spawned because of some nonsense you were doing.
Yeah.
No, but she understands the problems with what she did, so she
So does
deserves
Jamie
insight.
Lannister. I mean, like,
No, but you have to forgive the villain. No, you have to forgive the villain when they finally understand that they're wrong.
No, you don't.
That's how it works. No, she's totally viable. No, she's not viable. Even I know
you
that.
forgive Bondrewd?
Yes.
No, you don't.
I don't. Fuck
But
Bondrewd, dude.
I was talking to some dude on Reddit that was like, Bondrewd's not evil. And I'm like, are you serious?
Bondrewd is explicitly evil.
You walk
Yeah,
out,
and I
see
was like-
Bondrewd, he's got evil on his chest.
He is
I was
wanted
like-
in multiple nations because I reread it because like the manga volume 5 came out recently, which 4 and 5 cover his entire arc. He is wanted in multiple countries. He is 100% driven by his own self-interest to the point that he will do horrific things to anyone and anything that like he could benefit from. People who go and bounty hunters who come and search for him, fucking turns him into mind slaves or into his praying hand. Like
I wonder
are-
I wonder what happens when I make these kids go up this elevator real fast.
he knew what would happen.
Yeah. He's like, well, what's it look like?
He knew there's a bunch of them down there. He did it a lot.
I
He
know.
wanted to see a blessing. But this isn't the Made in Abyss podcast or Spoilercast. We had that already.
Yeah, we did already have that. If you'd like to see past episodes, feel free to check them out at weeklydadcast.com. They're all there.
But yeah, Sae Niijima is who we're talking about, not Bondrewd.
Yeah,
I'd rather be talking about Bondrewd.
She's not viable. People that want the side romance route. are
Skylar,
bad
speak
people.
up.
What do you want from me? My mic is right in front of my goddamn face.
That's bad.
Like, I get it, she's hot, and I can kind of get the people who are like, I want a woman who's like strong and assertive. I'm like, okay, I can get
step
those
on
things.
me.
Yeah, I can understand that, but
I want her
like,
to step on me and threaten my family.
she's a monster. And then when you find out her rationale, of course, like, because it's like, yeah, I knew Sojiro worked in this government building. And I was trying to dig up dirt, so I thought he had dirt. I was like, so you threatened to rip up his family for information you're not positive if he even has. And part of your like reason they were going to your dungeon involved them knowing like she's gonna make up evidence if she doesn't get a confession. She's desperate.
Damn.
So you would have just made up stuff for people and ruined multiple high schoolers' lives if you didn't get this thing that once again you didn't know if they had. You would have made a fake confession. You're a monster. You're not viable. You're hot though.
Yeah, I'd smash, but I'd regret it later, maybe, probably.
Man, your resume. You told me about your track record. I can be proud of that one.
I give her a no for the Waifucast.
Hey guys, look who just got his nut stomped on.
And there's a little heel mark in the middle, and they're like, James, you're not allowed to send this here. You're banned from the server.
It's like, please, my family just had another divorce, please. It's like, James, did she still have your parents get divorced after? Yes. That's just how Sae does it.
That's how she do it.
That was a quick waifu cast. I guess we'll just get right into the news.
Bond villain cast.
Oh boy, can't wait. That'll happen.
I don't even know how that shit would work. Let's just move on.
Reason number 509 why Bondrewd is the worst person in the world.
But he's not evil though. It's because he's an alien.
What?
Yeah.
He's not an alien.
So there's actually something to kind of... He was already changed before he went down the well, or down to the 6th layer. Because when half his helmet was busted off and you see his eye, it is not a normal human eye.
Right, but he did do that to himself, though.
Right, I'm just saying, like, he was all... Like, I didn't remember at first. I know, he went down and went back up. But I did not recall that, like, he was already changed beforehand. But then again, now I think about it, no, I would have known that, because there are scenes in the later arc that you do see him down there already. Like, down in the 6th layer, so you knew he came up. Never mind, disregard.
Anyway,
yeah.
So our first story of this week is Masaaki Yuasa's Kimi to Nami Noretara anime film gets 2-chapter manga. Hooray! If you don't know who Masaaki Yuasa is, he's the guy who made Walk On Girl, and The Night is Short Walk On Girl, and what was the fuck? I'm forgetting the other one. Hold on. There's a lot. There's a lot.
Okay, you go for this.
This is really funny because
more importantly, this is written by the guy who did Lou Over the Wall, A Silent Voice, and Liz and the Bluebird, which is Reiko Yoshida.
Yeah. It's a woman, by the way.
And then Michiro Oshima, who also did the composition for The Night is Short, Walk On Girl.
I really wanted to hear you say more things that Masaaki Yuasa did.
He did Devilman Crybaby.
Well, I thought you were going to list off what he did. I was like, how much do you remember? We actually talked about one, and you weren't part of that conversation, so.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. Thank you.
I mean, one of his older works, he should have known about it anyway.
Man.
Anime came out in like 2004, if I'm remembering right.
Who was it? Or what was it, rather?
Jesus Christ. Okay. It was Mind Game. When you said who was it, that's what the Jesus Christ was for.
Oh. Yeah, no, I just misspoke. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw Mind Games.
Mind Game. Singular.
Mind Game. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that.
I think all that's left from him that I haven't seen that he directed is Tatami Galaxy, and that's gonna be a fucking.
Well, also, you also haven't seen Kimono Tsume, and you haven't seen.
That's one I haven't even heard of.
And you haven't seen Kaiba either.
Well, y'all haven't seen Kimito yet either, because the movie comes out in Japan on June 21st.
What are we talking about? What is this now?
We're talking about
Masaaki
Yuasa's new movie. Yeah, seriously. It's called Riding Away with You in American.
In American?
In American, yes.
That TV already tells me that movie's going to make me sad.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
It looks really good, the trailer.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous water animation.
So the manga's getting 80 pages like worth of stuff, which depicts an original story of Minato and Hinako's first meeting. Ooh, so dramatic. So I'll be I'll read that. I'll read. I don't do it very much, but I'll read.
You'll read.
No, I'll read. I
No,
can't
we'll do
wait to.
both. Those are
I can't wait to have another complaint that I'll end up taking back later on when I actually give the movie a score.
Okay, I actually want you to explain it because you did put something about it, but I didn't like read the full thing. It got lost in the chat.
I know. I just legit I did explain it in fully, but
you didn't explain it here because we're talking about it kind of.
The explanation was so before. I don't like the romance in the romance aspect in Walk On Girl because I think the idea of, hey, I'm gonna hang around this girl all the time to make her think that we're destined to be together. I think that's creepy and weird. I don't like that very much, and I don't think that guy should have gotten the girl in the end. Whether he ended up realizing that, hey, that wasn't a good idea in the first place, I don't think he should have gotten the girl. I think it should have been different, but. Despite that, that's still a good anime. It's still a good movie. The animation's great. The soundtrack is great. The other characters are awesome. Even like that character's interactions with other things is nice. I love the songs. I love the ending song with the two dudes realizing like, oh hey, maybe I'm into this.
I mean, that's not the anime I was gonna call you for.
Are you talking about Mononoke?
Okay.
Oh, Princess, same thing. Same reason.
What?
Was your... What?
What?
I didn't like the romance in Princess Mononoke either. I thought it was like really just shoehorned in.
You also talked about a lot of other things you don't like in that movie that had nothing to do with that, though.
I don't remember that part. I just remember the romance
part. And you give it a 9.9? But I've seen you throw shit at that movie. But Skylar handled it. Because he likes the movie more than I do. Because I like it well enough. But like I don't like love it. And it sounds like he likes it like a lot.
Yeah,
so
Ghibli fag.
My favorite Ghibli movie.
I don't know. All I can remember not liking about it was the romance. So I guess the other stuff was superficial. So I gave it a 9.9 out of 10.
I remember the conversation being really whack because you were like, I don't like it because cultural differences.
Oh well.
I was like, what?
I don't like it because it doesn't mimic my culture enough. Why doesn't Princess Mononoke just pull out a gun in ancient times? Anyway,
they had rifles.
Well, yeah, but I'm thinking like just a Glock. just pull out a fucking 9.
I'm gonna pull out
from James the Patriot.
James, known coward, the Patriot.
I'm gonna pull out my gun.
Exactly. But yeah, that manga is gonna come out. Let's see. I'm looking for it. Manga magazine. Hold on. Manga creator. Oh, the creator of the manga is Machi Kiyachi, who did Shoujo and Dekiai Kiss and Tokimeki ni Shinu, which I've never heard of.
I've heard of that last one. That one's pretty cool.
Okay. So he's launched a short manga adaptation of the film.
Launched as in like it's out right now?
Let's see. In the April issue of Shogakukan's Deluxe Betsukomi manga magazine on Saturday. Yeah, so it's out right now. Or wait.
It's in April.
The movie comes out in April, but this manga is out. The film comes out in June 21st. On June 21st. But the manga depicts that's so weird. So this adaptation has come out even though the movie hasn't come out. So I guess he has some connection to
it's probably not an adaptation. It's probably similar to like the Sadazan Mai manga about the two cops adopting the girl that's like an adult.
You mean two men and a baby?
No, well, it's kind of actually, but it's two gay cops and they adopt a girl, and the girl, people are saying the girl is the like idol. That's in some of the trailers for the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I remember you mentioned something like that before, but yeah, I guess it's out now. It's 2 chapters. There's 2 chapters. So I guess one chapter's already out. And then the second chapter's coming out later. There's 80 pages total. That'll be neat, I guess. Go see the movie in Japan, people that are listening, and then go see it when it eventually gets its inevitable international release for awards.
His movies have been coming out here, so it's like I'd be shocked if it
I'm
didn't.
gonna go see that. Well, because G Kids have been on it, and like G Kids, I think has released all of his movies, his films recently. Like they even like reprinted and did a rerun of Mind Game in theaters.
Yeah, so I'd be shocked if it wasn't in theaters this summer as well.
Yeah. Well, maybe not this summer, but at some point after that.
Haven't they been like simultaneously, like both over there and here, like?
No, because
when did Walk On Girl air?
Walk On Girl came out about a year before it was aired here.
Walk On Girl? Wait.
Yeah. Because I had seen it like 3 times before I saw it in theaters.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to Redline's director, helms new Lupin the Third movie.
Takeshi Koike.
Yeah, that guy. Fujiko Mine's Lie is coming out.
And you say that, but this is also going to be the 3rd Lupin movie he's directed.
Oh,
so
shit.
It's not like he has no connection to this.
First was Jigen's Gravestone, then it was Blood Spray, Goemon Ishikawa, and then now it's this.
Yeah, so yeah, this is
which are both good movies that everyone should watch.
Yeah, so this is gonna be the 3rd of his series of like movies about Lupin side characters, basically.
This looks stylish as fuck.
They all are.
Yeah, his films are very stylish. I'm really excited for this. It's gonna be fucking sick. I mean, just watch those 2 movies and you'll very much understand why this is exciting, because there's not much else to say about it other than that. Also, watch his Afro Samurai pilot that he made, because it's fucking baller.
What's your favorite of the 2 movies?
I think I like Jigen Daisuke's Gravestone a bit better. Mm-hmm. Just because I think that it's more exciting throughout. Like I think like the climax of Goemon's Blood Spray is really fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. Like everything from the bit where he like finally snaps and stands up to like the gang that hired him or whatever to the end, like that's all incredible. But I think some of the stuff before that is a little bit slow. Well, I think that like the kind of like cat and mouse game of Jigen Daisuke's Gravestone is more fun, or through the whole thing.
I'd agree with that. Like I like when it comes to action scenes. Yeah, I mean I like that a lot more because of course the sword fighting and all that for me does it more than the gunslinging. But I would agree that Jigen's Gravestone, which is the first movie, is my favorite. The only thing I don't like, and this is my problem, it's the only thing I might carry into that, is that of the characters, the side characters, Fujiko's my least favorite, because it's almost 90% of the time it's like some weird sex shit. Like even in Jigen's Gravestone, when she almost got like fucked to death by that giant sex
robot. Giant drill bug. Giant drill dick monster.
Yeah.
Because it's literally she gets like kidnapped and then it's like the creepy sex cult is like.
Well, she didn't get kidnapped per se.
Well,
she broke into somewhere and got caught.
She put herself in a situation where she could get caught. Yeah, she was trying to con them and she got caught.
Right. It was the most Lupin thing. She nabbed off the streets. She tried to steal something. They were like, "There you are. That's a bad thing for you to be doing." And then she tried to fight back, and then she lost. And then she got put naked and oiled up in this weird room, and this giant sex robot with a giant drill, like fucking Diger Brigade drill dick.
Yeah, Giga drill penis.
Yeah.
I actually think this whole thing is one of the reasons why I really like a woman called Fujiko Mine, because I feel like even though it still like leans into like how sexualized her character is over the course of like all the Lupin properties, that it's kind of like a commentary on that like depiction of her character, and I think that's it's kind of cool in that respect. But it's still a thing.
It's still bad there. Like she gets fucked almost every episode, and it hits a certain point where like I like the femme fatale, like female spy type thing, but like
I think the thing with that,
time I see you, you're getting like fucked, and that's part of your plan. I'm like, all right,
Well,
man.
because
It's really weird when Skylar shows up. He's like, all right, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get fucked. And you have to watch.
There's a
Skylar did that.
difference, I think, in when you're writing these kind of characters between like, because like female sexuality isn't inherently like non-empowering. That's the thing that always triggers me. People say that Bayonetta is a sexist character because she's overtly sexual. It's like, okay, I guess women aren't allowed to be overtly sexual.
She was also designed by a woman. It's important.
Yeah. And so like, yeah, Fujiko Mine is written and directed by women. It's directed by Sae Yamamoto, who directed Michiko Tahachin and some episodes of Space Dandy. And also Yuri on Ice. And it's written by Mori Okada, who wrote like Kisnever and fucking Hisomaso and a bunch of shit, right? Iron-Blooded Orphans. So like, yeah, the show is written and directed by women, so I think the depiction of the character in that way is like deliberate, and that it's sort of like this idea of like her sexual nature as being like empowering in a sense to her as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is important. I guess.
I mean, I get it. It's just it's like it's not my cup of tea type thing.
Yeah, I know when you're watching it and her titties are out constantly. It's like it's hard to like, you know, maybe it makes you feel a little bit weird. I actually, when first time I watched it, I wasn't aware of this at all, and I was on a road trip, so I was like in a car, and like my sister was with me, and I was like,
I thought you were gonna say as you started watching it and you got to the OP, your dad walked in.
Oh no, because I was in a car. I was in a car, so I get to the OP, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is happening. My sister is behind me, and my brother's next to me. I'm like, I guess this is fine. I don't care. I'm an adult. Who even gives a shit? Yeah.
So,
realized that he got it in an episode.
okay, so we have to move on. The movie comes out May 31st, 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for time to get that in there. Next
Fine
time,
discussion. It's all good. But continue.
No, I know.
You're right.
Yeah. Anyway, Netflix draws plans for anime series. So this article comes from the only article I could find right away was rapidtvnews.com, which is always sounds like a trustworthy website.
Well, not only that, I'm somewhat inclined to believe it, considering since they've announced a Dragon's Dogma fucking anime to come out on Netflix as well. So I'm kind of beginning that.
That's the one that Sublimation's working on.
Yeah.
So
Skylar.
so Netflix has made deals with Anima, Sublimation, who's doing the Dragon's Dogma project, and David Productions, who does JoJo for everybody who doesn't know that already, to create original anime series, including an animated altered carbon anime. So that'll be neat. That's the one Anima's going to be working on.
Skylar.
This is Altered Carbon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the CG one, right? That's the thing. Well, I think Sublimation is also CG as well. They're both CG studios.
Maybe I would assume.
Hey, Scully, you know what I have to say about this? With all these animes coming out on Netflix, they're
Masterworks
all, and they can't go wrong.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
you ever
the
played
fucking
Dragon's Dogma?
I have touched the Berserk Simulator. Yes, I have.
Dragon's Dogma isn't even Berserk Simulator.
Yes, it is, because Guts' sword in there, and so is Guts' armor.
Well, not anymore. It was taken
not
out.
anymore, but it was. It was in there when I was playing.
In the PS3 version, it's in there.
It was in there when I was playing, and
but
I just made my character look like Guts.
I did. My character was made.
Does that make it a simulator now?
That doesn't make it a
Yes.
simulator.
No.
Is Devil May Cry 5 a Mega Man simulator?
Claude, I want the original release of this game literally had promotional stuff in it for the Berserk movies that were coming out.
Shut up! Really?
Yep.
Yeah, it did. There was Guts and Griffith's armor and weapons were in the game, and they've been removed in the things after that point because the license I think ran out. But the game is very heavily Berserk inspired to the point that Guts and Casca are just presets in the menu to choose in the character creator.
Is this for baseline or is it the Dark Arisen game?
But in both, I had Dark Arisen on both consoles, on PS3 and PS4, and in the PS3 version of Dark Arisen, the Berserk armor and stuff was sold to you by the guy that, there's that quest where you have to clear out the mine of the ogres.
Yeah.
And then so he opens up a shop and he would sell it to you in the PS3 version of the game. But after that, and the PC version and PS4 version, they took it out because the license had run out.
I was really hoping you were gonna say it was sold to you by Godo.
The dude, I mean, yeah, it would be funny because there's a character that does look kind of like Goto, but no. But there's also like some shit in that game that is like very berserk even after that point. But it's like big spoilers, so I don't want to say it.
Yeah, you just get raped really hard in the middle of it.
It's true.
It's awful.
The sight of women excites it.
Jeez.
Fucking runs up and drop kicks you.
The ogres are so excited by women, they do sick power bombs on them.
So I'm looking forward to seeing some.
Claude, in case you're not aware, Dragon's Dogma is made by the guy that makes Devil May Cry. Like, it's an Itsuno game, so the combat in those games are fucking sick. Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yo, Skylar.
Yeah.
Flying into Free as that opening fucking intro every single
time. Oh my god, that would be fucking sick. I would lose my shit.
Oh, I forgot Production ID was doing another Ghost in the Shell thing.
Yep, with Kenji Kamiyama and Shinji Aramaki.
Yeah, they're doing a SAC 2045. What? Don't say it. It's Standalone Complex. Right. Yep. That's cool. I always liked Standalone Complex. I like season 2 a lot.
Don't forget that David Production is doing a Yuri show with vampires in it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the thing that I forget what it's called.
Is it part 6? Is it what would you say if it was a weird adaptation of part 6?
Where Pucci and Dio were women?
Yes.
I'd watch it. I'd buy into that. I mean, it was a men's prison. It's a men's prison. Pucci
men's prison.
And Dio's are girls. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I also want to add one more thing to the anime news section if we're moving on, by the way.
Yeah,
because the show was announced like an hour ago, so I can get you added to the docket. Anyway, it's really quick because no one else cares except for me. But there's announced recently that there's an anime adaptation of the Yuri manga Frag Time, which is pretty good.
More like.
I get it. I understand what you're going to say. But it's kind of interesting Yuri manga because the gimmick is that the main girl can stop time and that the other girl in it is the only person that is unaffected by the stuff.
Is that what committed?
Is that why you posted that?
Wow. Yeah. I posted it in chat. Yeah.
I'm going to read this live on podcast.
Commit a crime with me in the time frozen classroom.
Yep.
Post Skylar at 5:11 p.m.
Yep. It's pretty good. It's very short and sweet. It's good. So I mean, there's some rumors that it's being done by the people that made the Kaze-san OVA. So that would be cool because that was a really that team was very talented. So,
you know who's not very talented? The Sonic the Hedgehog design team. Oh boy! If you haven't been following. The Sonic the Hedgehog's getting a movie, and they just showed what his design looks like.
Are you putting it up on the stream right now?
Yeah, it's up. It's up and ready for everybody to see. His gloves are just fur, and his shoes are normal sized, which I hate. They should be big and stupid looking.
His hands should also be big.
His hands should also be big, and they should be wearing gloves. He has to be wearing gloves. It's the whole point of having cartoon characters wear gloves.
Damn, don't get mad, dog.
I can't believe I'm not bringing up the major thing about this, James.
Is it his eyes?
His arms are colored in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have white gloves on. He has white fur on his fur hands.
No, but his arms are colored blue instead of the normal skin tone.
Oh, yeah, they're not skin tone, too. That also is a thing.
They took a page from Chris Chan's book on coloring in Sonic's fucking arms.
No, Chris Chan hated that. Chris Chan hated the arms being colored in because it deviated from the original design. That was the whole big thing, was he hated Sonic... Sonic, the new Sonic cartoon. He hated
Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom. Yeah, he hated Sonic Boom because they colored
good cartoon.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about Sonic Boom is the cartoon.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it succeeded because no one had any expectations for it.
Well, yeah, no, but it's also the fact that the game is terrible, so it's a good thing that the cartoon worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like the shoes just being like a Nike thing. It's just a Nike deal. You need to see the swoosh. using my new
Would you
Nike.
wear Sonic the Hedgehog shoes?
I would wear them if they were themed like his
It already
original
happened. Yeah, that was literally already a thing. Sonic would wear soap.
No, not Sonic like colored shoe, like themed shoes. I
No,
mean, like,
no.
big
I mean,
ass fat shoes.
old school Sonic wore soap shoes. That was a thing. It was like a brand deal.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, but that was in Sonic Adventures. That was a specific thing.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm asking his foot proportion, like just giant ass shoes. Those are in the real world.
Big ass clown shoes.
I'd wear those.
Yes,
I'd wear those.
My question this whole time.
I'd wear those. I don't care. I'd wear them. Fuck it. Who cares? But yeah.
Only if it was Shadow's version, so I could go really fast. Because I have the rocket skates in them.
Yeah. Shadow doesn't have to put in effort to go fast like Sonic does. He can just do it.
Yeah, he can just do it. But he's the ultimate life form.
Yeah, he is. He is the ultimate life form until you meet the ultimate life form in that game.
Oh wait, we didn't talk about how No Guns Life got an anime from Madhouse.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because it didn't get added to the docket, right? Yeah, No Games No Life got an anime.
No, not No Game No Life. No Guns Life.
No Guns Life,
which is really cool, like cyberpunk.
Stewie's Nightmare.
It's a really good cyberpunk manga about a man that has a gun for a face.
But he can't reach the trigger, so he needs somebody else.
So he has to have his sick femme fatale partner pull the trigger for him.
Oh, Frag Time is only 17 chapters?
Yeah, it's really short. It's really short.
Oh, God. I'm looking... I just keep looking at the fucking Sonic movie design, and, like, his fists are so, like, human-like. It's disturbing. It's actually terrible. Oh, God. Yeah, it's actually terrible.
Would you be grossed out if there was a scene where he took his shoes off in the movie?
Yes. Actually, I would.
Bro, if we see Sonic's feet, the universe is gonna implode.
Yeah. If we ever see Sonic's fucking feet, dude. But yeah, like, you look at it, you get real, like, if you, like, it's fur, but it's like a human fist. It's awful. I don't want to see his fucking
The universe is literally, like I said before, like, I think, like, the whole combination of, like, the, like, degeneracy that will be spawned by seeing Sonic's feet, on top of just the sheer how cursed that is as an image, will cause the universe to cease existing.
Like, also, he's got like a weird body. Like, it's so very clear that they took somebody's, like, a regular person's body, and they scaled down the entire, all of his proportions, made his arms, like, slightly bigger, and then made the head huge. Like, it's just a mascot head, essentially. It's so very obvious how they did this, and it looks terrible. You know, Sonic's supposed to be, like, really thin and agile and shit, and, like, cartoony, but it's just... Why? Why does it have to be like this? Why does it have to be like this? Skylar, answer me. Why does it have to be like this?
Because the universe is cruel mistress. Because that's how it is on this bitch of an earth.
Apparently. And you know what else has bitches? Doom Annihilation. So Doom Annihilation is the new Doom movie coming out.
That was a pretty good segue. I'll give that one to you.
Thank you.
I refuse to yield an inch to James.
Man.
Doom Annihilation is the new movie coming out, in which instead of Doom Guy, we get mildly aggressive young woman who is just as apparent. I guess it seems like she's just a normal ass space marine.
In my brain, I literally can't unsee her looking like Brie Larson, and so my brain is just combining it with Captain Marvel.
God, the shot of her running down the hall looks so. Also, her fucking helmet.
Everything about the production design looks terrible. It looks so cheap. Yeah. I literally, when I saw the trailer for it, it was on some like bootleg like trailer channel on YouTube. I wasn't sure if it was a fan film or not.
Well, it is direct to video, so that tells you all you have to know.
Oh, it's direct to video.
Yeah, I didn't even know direct-to-video movies still existed.
Oh, no.
Because when I think direct-to-video, I think like direct to a DVD or something. It's like, but those are obsolete at this point.
Yeah, now it's like direct to like streaming service or whatever, probably, right?
Yeah. So what streaming
That's like
service
how Joe
is
Dirt
unlucky
2
enough to get
was direct to what was that streaming service? Crackle?
Yeah. So So this is Universal 1440 Entertainment, who is Yeah, who is getting this? I'm looking through the credits and trying to find who's actually getting. Okay, so Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, who's in Bumblebee, and John Wells, who are the executive producers. I didn't know they made a Jarhead sequel, let alone a third one, because apparently there was a Jarhead 3, The Siege.
Jarhead movie? Fucking hell. That's fucking ridiculous.
Thank you, Jeffrey Beach, for making Jarhead 3. And then there's Philip Roth, who did Death Race 4 Beyond Anarchy. That's the subtitle, by the way. It's Death Race.
Oh, no, Death Race is fucking Your Movie Sucks has reviews of all the Death Race movies.
I know,
That shit is hilarious.
That subtitle is weird. That's Death Race 4 Beyond Anarchy.
Death Race 4?
Yeah.
Like the 4, that's fucking terrible.
Right?
That's awful. That offends me on a personal level.
And I've just discovered a new. Remember when we were talking about how many like Chucky sequels there were? I've just discovered that there is a new one. Ogden Gavonsky made Cult of Chucky, apparently. So that's a thing.
This sounds like just the Jaws shit.
Yeah.
Jaws 1, 2, 3, 4. This time it's personal. Jesus Christ.
How many? Wait, it was written and directed by. Okay, it stars Amy Manson, who was in Atlantis. Dominic Moffin who was in Ophelia. Luke Allen Gale from Dominion, and Nina Bergman from The Car: Road to Revenge. Wait, this is a sequel. What? Wait,
what's the sequel? What's happening?
Doom Annihilation is a sequel.
So the
other Doom movie with The Rock?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's so stupid.
I want to bring up. Did you guys hear about the star of Doom Annihilation slapping a fan in the face? And then
What?
She called him trash.
What?
No, but that's funny.
Wait, what happened?
She slapped someone in the face.
Who did?
Why?
The star of Doom Annihilation.
Oh.
Recently or before? Like, was it before or after the announcement?
Let's see.
Because if it was after, that's better.
Better how?
Better as in if she's getting into the mood of the role. You're supposed to be.
She's becoming.
Otherwise, it was just
Doom
assault.
No. If she was becoming her role, she would have torn the person's tongue out of their mouth.
God.
One is being in character, like a method actor, like you said. The other is just committing assault. There's a difference.
Hold on, I have to read the most insulting aspect of this description. Bloody Disgusting, which is the YouTube channel that released the trailer. Bloody Disgusting has the exclusive world trailer premiere for Annihilation, which carries shades of James Cameron's Aliens and looks like a damn good time. How dare you compare this to Aliens? You don't deserve to be in the same room as Aliens. Fuck. Oh man, yeah. So doesn't seem like there's any information on where this is actually coming to. So I guess we'll just never hear about this ever again. But something I'm actually excited for. That isn't Doom related. Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a thing that's coming.
It was a comic that was. I didn't get a chance to read much of it. But it was entertaining.
Part of me wishes it just got like. I do appreciate that they're using like the blue Batman costume. I like the classic blue. Something in my brain just wants me to just be like horrifically realistic and violent, just the most gruesome shit, but still have like the weird slapstick of Mutant Ninja Turtles, just for no real reason other than to have it. I like how Raph has a scar on his eye. You can't really make it out because it's the bandana. All right, okay, Claude, you'll be able to answer me. What Batman villain is the guy with the green jacket? Who is
Ra's
that?
al Ghul.
Okay, that's Ra's al Ghul. Okay, makes sense.
His cape.
His cape. Okay. So, is this going to be like on their streaming on DC's streaming service? Do we know yet?
I thought it was on DVD. I thought it was getting like
I see it. It's Film arrives from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment on digital starting May 14th, 2019, and on 4K Ultra HD Combo Pack and Blu-ray Combo Pack on June 4th, 2019. So it'll be released in digital first, and then we'll get a physical release later. That's pretty cool. I hope this is pretty okay. Claude said it was entertaining, so I guess I'll trust it.
I didn't read too much of it. I had friends who did finish it, and they said they loved it.
Okay. I don't like the box art. The box art's weird. They texture the Ninja Turtles in a really gross way. You see the box art at the very end here. I'll current video URL it real quick in general chat. If you just pause it right at the timestamp, it's gross. They have like a weird texture to their skin. Are you guys looking at it?
I was looking at the undercard for the.
Where'd you post it?
Fight
in general.
Okay. At the timestamp.
Yep. Should be 100 minute.
Oh
44
yeah,
seconds.
yeah. On the skin of the. I don't like what's up with Leo's mouth.
Why is Michelangelo? Yeah, that and why does Michelangelo have like veins? What's up with all the veins, huh?
Leo's got like.
He's scared. He's scared.
He has like black-faced lips. It's really making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I get wanting to make them each look a bit more distinct than their own, but all of them have bad face.
Donatello is like looking like he's like a Lovecraft character. He's got like his eyes are so small, his mouth. It's fucking terrifying.
The weird part is that's not at all what they look like in the actual movie. Like you see them, and everybody's just kind of like very simple shading. No, like kind of.
Yeah, everyone looks fine in the movie. It's the same kind of art style as like I'd expect, right?
Yeah,
I think
so
Batman Slam Shredder was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty hype. It's cool that we're going to get Robin and Batgirl in there too. It's not just. I guess that would be the best for the best. Like just having Batman kind of no sell the mutant the turtles would be weird. So,
107 Code Lyoko facts you should know.
Oh God!
Their foreheads were made like that on purpose.
It's French. It's a weird French thing.
The French love giant foreheads.
Speaking of weird decisions, so we just got some word on the new Fighter Z DLC character.
Speaking of giant foreheads.
Speaking of giant foreheads, the Galaxy brains over at Arxis decided, you know what? Let's add another Goku. And so
this announcement.
Wait, something just came to me.
Oh God!
What if? Because I was talking already before about a new Vegeta because they're gonna keep the balancing. Oh yeah, Kid Goku is in.
Yeah, yeah.
What would you say if they were like, we need to keep the balance of Goku and Vegeta's? Bring back porn mustache Vegeta.
Yes. Every time, yes. I want it.
Yeah, I'll take Badman Vegeta.
So Batman with pink shirt. This is porn stash.
Really, but what the real answer is Majin Vegeta. Like that's the one.
No, yeah, Majin Vegeta. Yeah. For a second, for whatever reason, when you said Majin Vegeta, my brain auto-corrected that to baby, and I was like, no, Majin.
I like baby.
Yes,
baby and Omega Shenron
they were cool.
Pod,
but Majin Vegeta is better.
Like the thing is, what did Majin Vegeta like outside of murdering civilians and blowing himself up? What did he do that would give him like a?
He threatened to fuck Trunks' butthole.
I don't think he did that.
Sorry,
I don't think he did that.
That was a line of dialogue. You don't remember?
No, I don't. I remember that scene.
He's not threatened to rape his son.
You don't remember that part where he talks about how he spent all of the time inside of him.
Anyway, so GT Goku's special move is going to be the Super Kamehameha, and he's going to go. That's going to be one of his supers where he turns.
Coward. He should have made the Dragon Punch.
Well, we do know he has a second secret hidden attack, and
it's going to be Super Saiyan 4.
Like I would love Super Saiyan 4 as an install. That'd be great, and like would make sense to the series. But I mean, like, it could be like an install and then a Dragon Punch. That'd be cool.
He does the Dragon Punch as that kid.
Well, yeah, but he can do the Dragon Punch with anybody, with anything. He does the Dragon Punch when he's adult too. What's a reverse Kamehameha?
The one where the time he did it with his feet.
But that's something he did when he was an adult.
When he was a teenager.
I mean, I think Goku was in like his 20s at that point.
No, he was not. He was a teenager.
Okay. I guess it really, to be honest, Goku's design doesn't change very much. It's kind of hard to tell.
You know, he hit adult when like those 8 years passed between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. He was like
exactly.
16, I think, when he fought Piccolo. Not King Piccolo, but Piccolo. So I'm gonna just say he was 16 when he shot the Kamehameha with his feet. Yeah,
so it's weird that GT Goku's going to have that, but at least he has the power pole. That's something we've been asking for. So that's cool. I'm not excited that it's a new Goku, but I'm happy that GT gets some representation because I actually kind of like GT. And I would love Super Saiyan 4 as an install. That would be hype as fuck. You know what's not hype as fuck though, guys?
That it's not Dragon Ball Goku, and that this whole thing, it feels like I made a monkey paw wish.
Yes, but also I was going to say the fact that Sega's been pulling Judgment sales because a voice actor likes cocaine a little too much.
Yeah. I can't say I really blame them for this because it's not their fault that Japan this.
Yeah, Japan is super like that. Okay, so for people who don't know, and I actually discovered this actually happened with with Yakuza 4.
Yakuza 4. Or no, it was Yakuza 5.
No, it was Yakuza 4 because that's where that investigator shows up.
Okay,
the young investigator guy. He was the new character he was one of the two new characters, the big giant guy, and then that private eye guy. So that actor,
I think Akiyama was new too.
Yeah, you're right. There was, for some reason, you're right. But anyway, the young police officer guy, that actor, there was a rumor that went around that he liked cocaine, that like he was doing drugs. Right? It
wasn't even true either.
It wasn't even true, but. His whole he ended up getting his character got completely remodeled with a different actor, different voice.
The thing that happened before that was he was so incensed with the reaction, like the whole rumor itself, he basically quit show business because he was like, this is bullshit. Because the whole reaction to the situation was so toxic, he was like, this is fucking stupid. And so Sega was trying to distance themselves from the entire thing, it was post that.
Okay. Right? But yeah, Japan has a really weird and really awful thing with drugs.
Too. It's drugs and personal relationships. The singer for the band Gesu no Kurami Otome was involved in a scandal that was just because he had a girlfriend. And then I was like, oh no. What a scandal. And then for the girl who, I forget her name, but the girl who played Haruhi Suzumiya basically got run out of the voice actress business because it came out that she slept with the members of her band, except for the bass player, which was a meme. But it's they're worried about that kind of public persona, the actor should be a virtue of purity thing. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. So that's exactly what's happening here. Where who is it actually? Who Taki voiced and served as the model for a Yakuza named Kyohei Hamura in the game. And by the way, this game has been out since December in Japan, right? It's really just what we're worried about is the international release at this point, which is supposed to come out June 25th. And I guess let's see. His urine sample tested positive for cocaine, and he also later admitted to using a small quantity. Great. So as a response, Sega issued a statement announcing that it's decided to suspend all Judgment Eye shipments and sales while it's confirming the facts, which is super inconvenient and annoying because Jesus Christ, it's not that big a deal.
It's a big deal over there to them.
I know, but it's it doesn't have to be this way.
It's a cultural thing. For us, it's much different.
I know,
but I agree with you. Just let you know, it's
You think you think with all the other content and stuff that Japan has and gets made of fun of for drugs wouldn't be this serious.
Content and what they do, because they're very. I'm not going to go into it.
Anyway, that's my 2 cents, I guess, on it. So I hope that this does not affect the release date to any serious degree.
Side note, I thought you weren't. Well, I guess not side note. I thought you weren't too interested in it because when you saw the trailer, you seemed mad.
No, I don't know, man. I'm fickle as shit. My tastes and stuff change so
true. You shit on Princess Mononoke, but then you can give it a 9.9.
I did. Anyway, Devil May Cry 5 is getting Bloody Palace on April 1st.
Yeah, it's baller. Have you heard about the data mines people are talking about for this?
No. What's going on?
So I guess there'll be brief spoilers here. I guess.
Wait, hold on.
You want to hold that for the spoiler cast then? If it's a spoiler in general.
Okay, sure. Yeah, hold on. Okay, yeah, so there have been data mines that I guess I'll say spoiler free. There have been data mines that indicate there will be more playable characters.
I would imagine because when you can get a special edition, and it's like, hey, alternate colors for these characters. Like, what? No, they're going to be playable.
Well, they're only you can change them for the cutscenes.
Yeah, but you have to unlock them. But you have to unlock them first. Also,
they're in the deluxe edition.
No, they're not on the colors for Trish for the girls are not in the deluxe edition on PC.
Yes,
on PC.
Yeah,
that'd be weird on PC. On PS4 different. They are.
Yeah, well, because I can I can actually go into my DLC of stuff for PC stuff on Steam, and I can actually look at the list of DLC I have. And I have the deluxe edition, so I should have all of it. And there's no option to buy that DLC. So
I have it.
I guess I don't really.
Skyler, this man triggered me.
Oh no.
When it comes to DMC5, I'm not waiting for the spoilercast. I might forget. He beat it. He is playing it again with the live action cutscenes and skipping the cutscenes.
Wait, what?
I just have a tendency to skip cutscenes after I beat a game.
The game again. Wait, you're playing it again on what? Same difficulty?
I'm same difficulty because I'm just grinding for orbs. I'm not playing it.
You gain red orbs at such an increased rate in Son of Sparta that's stupid.
Oh yeah, but do you get to keep your moves?
Yes, I told you that already.
Oh.
Anyway, he's playing the game again. He vied for the live action cutscenes, and he is skipping them anyway.
Why? How could you do this?
Well, because when I didn't know Well, okay. So before Claude told me, I didn't know I got to keep my moves. And 2, if I'm just grinding, I'm not trying to watch cutscenes. I'm trying to just do the mission.
But why did you even bother switching to live action cutscenes if you were going to skip them?
That is a good question that I don't have an answer for. So for the people that don't know, like Lewis, who's been very silent for a very long time, what is Bloody Palace?
You're asking me?
I'm not asking you, Lewis. I'm saying for your sake.
Bloody Palace is? Bloody Palace is basically it's like a challenge ladder, where it's you start off on the ground level of the Bloody Palace, and then you do encounters. And every time you complete one, you go up a level, and it increases in difficulty as you go up.
Yes. Somebody said there was 9,000 in Devil May Cry 3.
I think there's a bunch of floors. It's ridiculous. I think it's 100 floors, but there's it randomizes encounters.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And the bosses are standardized too. The final level is you fight Dante. Or it also changes for character. Per character. So the final level with Virgil is you fight Dante.
Okay. Who is it for Virgil in DMC 4?
You mean that's what I just said? You fight Dante with Virgil.
You said.
I just said.
You said Nero. You said Nero.
No, he said Dante, or he said Virgil.
No, he said you fight Nero when you play as Nero.
No,
you fight.
He said when you play as Virgil.
He
Claude
said Nero.
literally-
Do I have to go back? Do I have to go back?
3.
You do have
Why
to
would
go
Nero
back
be
because
brought
Claude
up?
heard me. Claude can't read my brain.
He said, and he was talking about 4 when you play as Nero. You go and you fight Dante.
Yeah, and I did not know. I did not say that.
Yes, you did. You
I
very
did.
clearly said that.
And the thing bosses are standardized too. Like the final level is you fight Dante. Or it changes for character, like per character. So the final level with Virgil is you fight Dante. So the final level with Virgil is you fight Dante. With Virgil is you fight Dante. With Virgil is you fight Dante.
So I for one, as someone who plays Dwarf Fortress a lot, I am happy that it is now on Steam.
Mm-hmm. And it's on Steam with a nice little graphics pack.
Yeah, but you could always just download graphics packs from the actual website.
Yeah, but this one is nice and higher quality than the other ones. This is a 32 by 32.
Have you looked at all the graphics packs for Dwarf Fortress?
Yeah, but this is a 32 by 32. The best one I can find.
Stop your complaining, bitch. Anyway,
18.
Damn.
Also, this has mod support. This has Steam Workshop support.
Oh, Steam Workshop support. Oh,
Steam Workshop is good.
Ah! But in any case, I'm really happy. I understand why they needed to. What with the developer having, severe medical issues and trying to do this free, not paid for project relying on donations can be hard. But as someone who's played Dwarf Fortress and as someone who's surrounded by friends who play Dwarf Fortress, I can tell you this is really good.
I'm looking at the Steam store page right now, and when the games aren't available, usually. Thank you, Lewis, for completely ruining the joke. The fact that I was going to point that out. Thank you, Lewis.
No problem.
Yeah, it says available. Time is subjective. Yeah, it was funny, and I wanted to point that out, and Lewis just fucking.
Whatever, he has been talking. Let him do it.
Yeah, I take joy in ruining your shit. Don't you remember?
Why are you like this? What did I do?
You man, you're the last person who can say why you like this to anyone. You do some whack shit.
What? No.
What did I do to you?
Hold up.
Specifically.
Claude, what did you do?
What did I do to you
specifically,
Lewis?
There's not enough time left in this episode of the DADCast for me to go over everything wrong with.
I have done.
He didn't want us to talk about his last tism fit, but we'll save that one day when we bring up our new segment that will come up later.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, because
that shit would be talked about. You'd be fucking exposed. You were a child yesterday, and I won't let you forget that.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. God fucking damn it. All right. Sorry, I had to mute like a miniature. I hate the fact that fucking videos autoplay on websites most times. Well, no, not if I've never visited the site before and didn't have time to do it. Anyway.
I like you have to pause to think about an answer.
What?
You have to pause no.
Yeah, well, because I had to... Anyway,
yeah.
So time for James's weird news. For those of you unaware, this is where I find a weird, real news thing, and talk about it. So everybody knows by now, hopefully, that there was a huge the biggest college admissions scandal.
I thought you were going to talk about New Zealand, and I was like, James, please.
No. My heart goes out to everybody affected by New.
I'm going to say, Claude, this would be one of the few points where I give James some points for being bold if he were to talk about the guy.
That's fucked
up. I don't know if that's bold. I think that's tactless, but, you know.
Yeah. My heart goes out to everybody affected by the events in New Zealand.
Heart ain't worth shit. Donate.
I don't have.
Is there a thing to donate? Is that actually a thing?
Yeah, I don't have money to donate to that sort of thing.
Usually within 24 hours of a disaster happening, already things are being set up where you can donate.
Anyway, so this is an opinion piece on by Liz Peek on Fox News.
Oh, I bet you why.
What?
Oh god. So for those of you unaware, there was the college admission scandal revolved around two actresses, one being Aunt Becky from Full House, who was then fired from Full House, Fuller House rather, on Netflix, and a bunch of CEOs and shit that were essentially paying for their kids to get into one specific college, About $25 million total were given to a single person at this college. I forget his name. Unfortunately, it escapes me. For him to bribe individual members of the faculty so they could get these kids in. And it was eventually found out what happened. And now there's warrants out for people's arrest. And some people have already gone to jail. But Liz Peek has a very interesting perspective on this whole thing. So the title of this article is College Admissions Scandal Disproves Claim That Rich Get Whatever They Want. And guys.
Yeah.
It's nothing from that?
No.
Why not?
I'm reading a Yuri manga.
We've talked about this. We've talked about this.
Right. I am also reading a Yuri manga.
Listen, okay? Just want to read one chapter. It's okay. Continue. Continue with your joke.
The joke was the title of the fucking article in the first place.
That rich people don't always get what they want.
No, the college admission scandal disproves that rich people get whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like, see?
I just read the story already, so it's fine.
Yeah, see, sweetie? Rich people can't be corrupt because they're corrupt.
They get caught every now and then.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, no. Man, I guess this really does change my entire worldview. I guess rich people are all okay, and there's not a single bad one of the bunch because sometimes they get caught. Thank you, Liz Peek, for your actual unironic opinion on this entire thing. It's so very valuable to have you around.
I'm sorry, who?
Exactly. So, I guess now that was just fucking...
What's the matter?
I'm salty that I've talked about this before, but I don't want people multitasking during the fucking podcast because the whole point.
What do you think I'm doing?
You're a slightly different case because you're a guest and you admittedly don't know a whole lot about what we talk about. I don't actually know why you're on this episode in the first place.
Damn! Wow.
Okay, well, you know what?
Call
I'm
them
gone.
out. Get fucked.
I think I'm gone. See ya.
Okay.
Bye, Lewis.
Now that I'm done with my weird news, let's move on to learning with James.
Teach us about the Terminator. If you say you haven't watched a single Terminator movie,
James, you have to try.
I've seen more than one Terminator movie.
Okay, go.
Tell us the entire franchise right now. Do it.
Like the list of films?
No, everything that happens.
Tell us the storyline.
Yeah, what happens in all Terminator films in chronological order? Go.
Chronological order? Doesn't that mean some
You also have to include the Sarah Connor Chronicles TV show.
No.
Which I did watch. That is a thing I saw.
How was it?
It actually is not bad. It actually is not a bad TV show.
I don't.
At least I remember it not being bad. It might be bad, but I remember it not being bad.
So in the future, Skynet takes over the world using Terminators, and it's a war against machines, and John Connor is essentially the Messiah, but Skynet sends a Terminator back in time to kill Sarah Connor before John Connor can be born, because she hasn't met his dad yet. And then,
Wait, can you repeat that part again about sending? What would you say?
Sends Sarah Connor, or sends the Terminator back in time to kill Sarah Connor, and to kill Sarah Connor, and then he is defeated, and then Terminator 2
But you mentioned the thing about the father. That's what I wanted to know.
Her father, like Sarah Connor had met the father of her unborn child at that point, but they weren't together. They hadn't boned. So that was the whole thing. You got to prevent the seed from prospering. And then in Terminator 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger comes back again to protect John Connor from the other Terminator that came back to kill John Connor as a child, because obviously the first attempt didn't work. And that's when we get come with me if you want to live, and stuff like that, I think. So in Terminator 3, I don't know actually what happens. I can't remember. I know I saw that movie, but I can't remember what happens in it at all. I can only assume that I have to base it off of a pattern and just assume that John Connor is now a teenager or an adult and has to be protected again. I think there's something about him being in the military, and then, that's kind of how he forms the resistance, is through his buddies in there. And then I have literally no idea what happens after that in Terminator. So please correct me.
So you didn't mention Terminator Salvation at all?
Yeah, I don't know any of those movies.
Genesis or the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah, I don't know any of those
basically,
movies.
Though, the Terminator, I mean, it's your explanations are pretty bare bones in general, so I don't really have that much to say, is because it would just be too much. We're just being explaining the entire plot of these movies. Really, you should just watch Terminator 2 and 1 again.
Why? I went on the ride. Remember that. I don't really want to watch those movies. I don't like the 80s action film stuff.
Well, that's funny because Terminator 2 came out in the 90s.
Okay. I still don't like it. It doesn't appeal to me.
But why not?
I don't know. It just doesn't. I look at it and it's like, oh, okay.
But I can guarantee you that movie is not what you think it is.
I mean, it probably is. I've got a pretty decent idea of the movie, I guess.
Which one again? Terminator
2.
Okay.
It's got the cool CGI scene with the T-1000. I don't know. My impression of the movie is
at least happy you got the Terminator model correct.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arnold Schwarzenegger's is the T-100 or the T-101 or something.
T-800.
T-800. Okay. And isn't the one that's the one that has the two legs and is a giant bulking thing? That's the T-10,000, or is that a thing?
No, that's one from the show, right? That's
maybe. I don't know.
In my brain, you said that. My brain goes to Ed 209 from RoboCop.
From RoboCop?
Yeah. He said the big thing with the two legs. That sounds like Ed 209.
It does.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, just I don't know. I remember seeing Terminator 2 in a drive-through theater, when I was real young. It just doesn't appeal to me. I don't really like Arnold Schwarzenegger films in general. I don't like him as an actor.
He has great movies.
Like what? I like Predator.
Are you kidding me?
I like Predator. Predator was a good movie.
Predator, if you want a dumb laugh, Jingle All the Way is good, as well as Kindergarten Cop. There's Commando. There's True Lies has some fucking
True Lies is fucking baller. True Lies is great.
I've seen True Lies. Frankie really likes it.
Wow. True Lies is
great.
That
terrible movie where he was twin brothers or whatever, or brothers with Danny DeVito.
His movie's just called Twins.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And there's that Impreg movie.
Junior.
Yeah, the Impreg movie.
Yeah, Junior.
He has a lot of movies. I like way more of his movies than I dislike.
Well, there's.
I remember before Deployment, I just had a Schwarzenegger week where I'd watch one of his movies every day for the week.
Pumping Iron is really good, but it's that barely counts.
It's like a documentary, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he has good movies. Fucking watch Commando, you coward.
Commando's super good.
I think maybe. I don't know. I don't care. I don't really care about them. I don't really care about those kinds of movies. They don't interest me.
Well, two things. First off,
I'm not big on action movies in general. Actually, I'll watch the comic book ones, but that's about it.
Well, first, what is everyone's favorite Schwarzenegger movie? If you had to name a favorite.
Predator, I guess.
Terminator 2 probably for me.
Going for like a serious thing, then yeah, I'd also say Terminator 2. If I'm going for a joking thing, like I unironically love Jingle All the Way.
That movie's great, but I also unironically love Kindergarten Cop. The movie's good. Don't tell me otherwise, I'll fight you.
Try me, Skylar. God, what's the next segment we've done? Oh, it's not the Tuma.
It was good.
Right.
Audio.
The Spoilercast. We have a Spoilercast to do.
Now let's talk more about when's our Kindergarten Cop Spoilercast?
Hopefully never. I'll do a Pain Train. Hold on a moment.
What happened?
Sorry about that. My little brother decided to come in and not tell me what he was coming in for, and then leave like an asshole.
That works perfectly because my internet was dicking up. Yeah, that's a new thing now.
Okay.
My internet was fucking up half that time. I wanted to do my corrections for the Spoilercast before the Learning with James before the Spoilercast.
Okay.
First off, Sky did not take over Terminators. Terminators came slightly after. They started with fucking nukes.
I said they. Oh, okay. Oh, that's where that scene where everybody dies in the nuclear explosion comes from. I remember the skeleton against the fence.
Yeah, that shit started. You're saying that Sarah Connor had met like her future husband, and they hadn't gotten together or gotten together at the time, and the Terminator was going to kill her before that. No, Kyle Reese was sent back by John Connor. Kyle Reese was his father. Like he was a time traveler. They fucked. He died, and then she was impregnated with John. So it's not that they had met but didn't get together. It's the time traveler who came back to save her is John's father.
Oh, okay.
And then Terminator 3 was about, if I'm remembering correctly, because I've seen that movie once. It's not that great. But Terminator 3 was about them being like, okay, this is the day we are going to stop Skynet. We know the day the Skynet takes over. We're going to stop them. And that was the plot of the third movie.
Okay. Stop the D-Day or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot what the name of it was. Might have been D-Day.
And then there's a series of other bad movies, and then there was like a human cross Terminator thing, I think, at one point.
What?
Like there's a character in one of the movies, I think it was Salvation, where where the dude is secretly a Terminator the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's
it's like he's like a Terminator with a human heart or something.
Yeah,
God.
Terminator. Yeah. It's really stupid.
Bio-Terminator.
It's really dumb.
Sounds like a fucking toy. Bio-Terminator.
I have no idea. It doesn't even make sense why they wanted to do it, because it's like, what's the purpose?
Now he has a weak point.
Yeah, literally.
Shoot him in the heart for massive damage.
Yeah, we'll shoot him in his glowing point for massive damage. The best part of the Terminator Salvation movie is two things. There's a remix of The Day the Whole World Went Away by Nine Inch Nails. That's really good. And there's also that bit in the movie where it references the scene from Terminator 2 where they listen to that Guns N' Roses song. And that's pretty good. Those are the only good things about that movie.
Did anyone watch Genesis?
I did. I watched like 60% of it and then gave up.
I barely remember Genesis. All I remember is Matt Smith was in there, and that's the only reason I liked it. Because he was like the
host.
Matt Smith, the British actor. He played the 11th Doctor, 12th Doctor.
Oh, I know him. I know.
No, who did he play in Terminator Genesis?
He was like the voice of Skynet, like the hologram of Skynet.
Okay. Skynet was like a cloud thing in that movie, right? What was it called again? It was called Genesis. That was what it was.
Yes.
Anyway,
let's talk about something infinitely better, please.
Okay, Devil May Cry 5 Spoilercast coming at you.
Let's pop our DT. Bang. Spoilers.
Now let's pop our Shin DT. Bang. Shin DT.
Sin.
That's it's Shin.
It's Sin.
Well, because
But
it's
we all know
literally
it's
supposed to
Shin.
be like it's supposed to be the Shin Majin. From
Yeah.
two.
It really should be Shin.
I thought they
And
did it on purpose for Sin because it's like a devil thing. So it's like, hey, we're gonna change the title from Shin to Sin.
It's like maybe, but really,
So that would make sense
it's
because
Shin.
if they're playing off of it. I'm gonna call it what's in the game until I see that it's a translation thing to fuck it up.
I'm gonna call it Shin because that's really what it is to me. That's what it means to me. Also, I don't really like Nero's DT design all that much.
I like it.
Really? I like it a lot. The only thing I don't like is I like the wings, but I don't like the hands on the wings.
I like the hands on the wings.
It looks like bat wings, almost. Like it's weird. It doesn't.
I like
not bat wings. It looks like bird wings.
It
It looks like bird wings actually, and I don't like the bird wings part.
Nero, Devil Trigger, the one that's from the DMC4 art book. I'm gonna find it.
Where do we start with the conversation? There's so many places.
You want to talk about how I think Dante is the least complicated character to play as now?
Which I find super wrong.
That's the most wrong you've ever been.
Thank you!
Well, but then why do I find it so much easier to play as Dante compared to Nero? I
think that you could not be more wrong. Dante has so much like utility now that it's like wrapping my brain around all of the things that you can do with him is like
Dante seems so much simpler for me to wrap my head around than Nero. Well, because now I have to do like devil, and I think it's because now my arm has like with Nero, like my right arm now has like infinite uses in that.
It is actually extremely limited on the number of uses versus Dante, where he has 4 styles, and each of the styles gives you more moves when you unlock up to 4
it's like
styles.
switching your weapons to like maximize your style usage, knowing when to style switch and why. My brain like explodes.
That's easier for me to understand than like having different different reasons to use this. For some reason, my brain like is like, okay, so I want to use my arm, the arm to like grab an enemy and do a cool throw, but I also want to use it to grab an enemy and pull him closer. And it's like the idea that the fact that
you can still do
simple.
Yeah, you can still do wire smash. I'm just use the move.
Yeah, I know, but in my brain, for whatever reason, it is more difficult for me to wrap around having different inputs for the same limb than it is to just switch styles and switch whatever weapon I'm using. That to me makes sense. Whereas
that's baffling to me.
That's also baffling to me.
Also just the idea that Nero uses the robot arms with his devil trigger arm is kind of dumb to me. I don't like that.
Wait, what?
That's an end game thing. You don't.
That's just like we want this needs to make we need to keep this game mechanic in the game.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like. I think once you unlock, you beat the game.
So do you want to get to New Game Plus and to no longer have Devil Breakers?
Because the Devil Breakers were like the new thing with his character, and because like I think that like adding in the Devil Bringer. And then on top of Devil Breakers is what really like rounds out his gameplay. Like if it filled in a hole in his gameplay that I didn't even know existed when I was playing on the first run. Because now it's like he has so much more utility because of it. Because he also has access to the throw.
I don't know. For me, style switching. And this is going to sound like such a dumb comparison. I can already feel it. For me, style switching with Dante feels just as natural to me as switching my weapons in Dark Souls. And not in like a literal
Dark Souls of Devil May Cry games.
Not in like a combat sense of like, not in like a gameplay sense of like, in the idea of, okay, I'm switching, I am now just hitting the right stick. Or in Dark Souls, you tap the right on the D-pad and you would just switch weapons. That feels as natural to me in Dark Souls as it does for me when I'm playing Dante. Okay, I'm going from my sword to Balrog. Now I'm going from Balrog to motorcycle and so on. Oh,
Cavalier, please.
Cavalier, yeah. And then cavalry, and I'm also disappointed I don't get to actually ride the motorcycle. And it's like
Yeah, you
just
do.
like
You
No,
kind of
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you can.
In Swordmaster, you just press circle.
no, but you don't get to just drive it.
He means like stay on it the whole time, but there is
Yeah,
a move you ride it for a bit.
Yeah, I was really hoping because my I read an article saying that we would be able to ride it, and I interpreted that as being able to drive in it around like the area. And I get why it would be weird, and it wouldn't really be a very good because the areas you're fighting in are so small. They're so narrow, and like until you get to like a wide area, and then you're whatever. So I get it. It was just like, oh, that sucks, but it'd be fun. But yeah, weapon and style switching as Dante feels as natural as just switching a weapon in Dark Souls or switching to a magic weapon.
I feel like this makes sense only if you don't use that many styles.
I use all four.
This makes sense to me if you just switch around. Like you just go to I spend most of your time in like Swordmaster or Trickster, and then you just switch to like Gunslinger or Royal Guard when you I want to use this one right now.
No, I run with all four
because
weapons
switching styles mid combo is what makes Dante so hard.
I find it here easier.
Because it's you're in Swordmaster and I'm like, okay, I want to do like Swordmaster with King Cerberus to do like the fire pole down to the thing, and then I'm gonna, before I hit the ground, I'm gonna switch to Gunslinger so I can do the clean and fire missile at the ground, and then switch to Dr. Faust and put on the orb aura, and then you do switch to Gunslinger and do round trip with the thing, and my brain is that's so many inputs all in one, all in the span of 4 seconds that my brain is it explodes.
See, also,
and that's so much harder to me than just I have this Devil Breaker equipped, I'm going to use this attack, and then I have fucking Devil Bringer, and then just remember to max act and all that shit. That's way easier for me, for my brain to wrap my head around.
And because I'll probably cut out in a bit, so I want to make sure I get my stuff in. And see me cutting out every 5 minutes. But the comparison it's hard for me to see it as far as you say it, because when you look at Nero, it's I'll do it in a different way from him, just what are my options versus what am I trying to do on the way down. For Nero, it's all right, I have my Devil Breaker, I can wire snatch, I can do whatever its application is, I can self-destruct to back off, I can use a special ability, I'm pretty. As far as that goes, that's its own thing. Then I have my moves with the Red Queen and Blue Rose. But when you go to Dante, it's I'm going to switch to this style, and for each of that style, I unlock at least 3 new moves. And that's just depending on what form of, or what level you have upgraded of that style switch. He has way more weapons, he has way more applications for literally everything that the two characters share. So I don't see... If Nero had 19 options, Dante would have 39. It's like that.
For me, I don't know why. I just find it easier with Dante because it's okay, well, I usually start a fight with the sword. Do a basic sword combo. If the enemy's far away, okay, switch to trickster, ground or air trick, depending on which enemy it is. Get closer. Switch to Balrog. Now that you're close, do a fucking thing. Pop into 10 blow, or heat up, depending on what version, what mode I'm in. And then if there's an enemy coming in, okay, quick, switch Royal Guard, pop that. And then go into Gunslinger if I need to put people away. Or if I just need some time to think of what I want to do next. That's to me is just easier to do than, okay.
It seems you have a very rigid playstyle then. That's what that sounds like to me versus everything that he is able to do.
What do you mean? Because I'm switching between the styles all the time.
Well, because you just named off when you'd go to specific things. So if that's what your playstyle is, it seems because with Dante, I was switching up stuff on the regular. I don't think I had any 2 encounters that were the exact same. But it kind of seems like you already have a breakdown of what style you would use here. Oh, now they're coming. Let me switch to this.
Well, yeah, because that's kind of what those are for. They're for what do you need to do in that exact moment? Oh, I need to block an oncoming attack or maybe dodge it. Okay, Trickster or Royal Guard. oh, I want to like keep this enemy in the air, but I also want to do damage to that enemy over there. Gunslinger. Okay, I want to hit multiple enemies
But I mean, you also mentioned what specific weapons you use. Like, I mean, so you're saying you didn't use in the situation where I got close, I'm gonna use Balrog. You wouldn't use Cavalier.
Cavalier, I use more as an AoE. Like if I want to hit multiple enemies at one time. And then I will typically use Cerberus. In the middle of a combo, I'll switch to Cerberus, and I'll use his the ice launcher. Or if I'm dealing with like really some annoying air enemy, I'll use the spin in the air with Cerberus to try and like hit him down.
We should probably move on to the next part of this conversation because all we've talked about so far was, hey, our opinions on more complex.
Well, hold on. My one thing also is I think part of it is that I don't like the rigidness of Nero. I was disappointed to find that there's no easy way to switch between arms. You have to destroy them.
Yeah, I would like to be able to switch too.
Yeah, because me as a player, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to rely on Gerberus. I don't want to just break it. You can use
Posture Breaker to do that.
But I don't always have Posture Breaker is the problem.
Yeah, I don't carry Posture Breaker in my kit. I carry.
Well, if you put Posture Breaker on like the first one, you can just do it.
Yeah, but then I waste the slot.
What's everyone's favorite Devil Breaker? Mine's
Tomboy.
I like Punchline and I like Gerberus a lot.
You mean Gerbera?
Oh, and Megabuster.
Megabuster's
really? I think Megabuster's lame.
I love Megabuster.
I like that it changes your animations.
It changed your jump animation.
Also your slide as well.
No, it changes one other thing too. When you load into a level, it changes into the Mega Man like beam of light.
And when you die, you fucking have these little you explode with light. Which was weird because I died to a boss on that, and I didn't choose to
revive.
I didn't choose to revive. It was Artemis I was fighting. I was like, I just fucked up that fight. I don't want to use a gold orb or anything like that. So I just let myself go. So the animation, there's still sound effects of you falling over and dying, but I exploded in light particles, so I wasn't actually there. There's no character model, just sound effects. It was kind of goofy.
Yeah, I love that. The attention to detail of that was great.
I just think it's very useful as a breaker. Like its attack is not that good.
I'm not a fan of Rawhide or Pasta Breaker. Sweet Surrender, I'll keep on.
Really, I think Rawhide is great. Rawhide is great. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I just got
because Rawhide has a bunch of shit. Like it gives you access to a command grab if you do the charge thing. The AOE is really good, and the air move is great. It also lets you grapple like enemies it lets you juggle enemies that you normally wouldn't be able to lift up in the air when you're in double.
I prefer Ragtime. I prefer the time stop.
Well, Ragtime is cool too, but I think Rawhide is fucking cool. Like my favorites are Tomboy, Ragtime, Rawhide, and fucking what's the other one? Fuck, my brain farted. Those are the three main ones I use a lot. And
have you guys seen Have you guys seen EX Provocation yet?
Yeah,
I've seen them.
I really wanted it to be
the best.
The like 2-frame dance, but I knew they wouldn't.
2-frame dance?
V's is the best one.
Wait, what's the 2-frame dance?
It's maybe
the meme dance.
What?
The meme dance. You don't remember the meme dance?
No.
From before the game came out?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Described it wrong.
Yeah, okay. 2-frame dance. Yeah, okay. I gotcha. That would be funny. It'd be weird. I don't know how you'd be able to do that.
It would just look really goofy.
V's is the best.
V's is the best.
V's EX is?
Yeah, it is.
I haven't seen his. I've seen Dante's and Nero's.
What movie is it based on? I forgot.
It's Singing in the Rain.
There we go.
Oh, is he? Oh God, is he using his fucking cane? He's doing
he's doing the umbrella scene from Singing in the Rain.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
Does his hair turn white? Like in a
no?
Like really? Because Nero's and Virgil's, don't they pop DT in the middle of it?
No, they don't.
Oh, that must have been a thing.
Everyone's just dancing.
Okay, that must have just been a thing that I saw the characters do then. In that case, I don't think I've actually seen it then, because I thought the whole thing that it was the video I saw was a Dante player and a Nero player both doing a taunt and then popping DT, and I thought that was what made it the EX. So I obviously have not seen them yet.
No, yeah,
Okay.
they're just really like prolonged dances for all three.
Those shit's going on for so long. V is the only one I could see managing that.
Yeah. Well, like
All
you
right,
can
so
do some of the taunts with Nero, like when you have like S rank taunts that go on for a long time. You can do some of that shit.
Oh.
Also, by the
thing.
way, air taunts are the best thing ever in the universe. And I love that Dante's air taunt is literally an attack.
I
You can
forgot.
use it as a launcher.
I forgot to air taunt with Dante and V. Fuck.
Dante's air taunt is the best. I love it so much.
Is it better than Riding High?
Well, Riding High is really cool. I also love you can exceed Riding High.
Yeah.
That's really cool. But yeah, Dante's, it's literally a reference to the bit where you fight Belial from in DMC4, like the cutscene. And I'll set you free. That scene where he throws the rose. So basically, he tosses a rose at you, and the rose has a hitbox, and you can use it as a combo extender, and it's
Nice.
fucking best.
Okay. Let's actually get into the story stuff. Devil May Cry 5 is Kingdom Hearts 2. Definitely. Claude can deny it all he wants.
I mean, you really like that joke a lot. But
It's because it's true. Dante split himself into two entities, light and darkness.
yeah, Dante did.
No, you mean Virgil.
Virgil did. He made a Roxas and he made a Heartless.
Vanitas and it's Virgitas and
What are you trying to say?
Virgitas.
Virgitas?
And then I'm trying to think.
It's Virgil with an no. It's Virgil with an X. So it'd be
Regixel.
There's a Kingdom Hearts naming machine. Why don't you just make it easier on yourself?
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, that is.
It's
an organization naming machine, not Kingdom Hearts. I messed that up.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Org 13 name generator. This will be great. Can't wait.
Dude, this is a thing that exists. That's pretty fucking funny.
Virgil. Got it memorized. Livixger.
No, but you spelled Virgil wrong, though. James, you spelled Virgil wrong every time you say it. How did you type it?
VIR?
Yeah, no, it's VER.
VER.
Oh, okay. Eglxver. EIGLXVR. Erlvigx. Lelgrixerv. Rexgvol. Levelgixer. Vrexgil.
Rexgvol is really bad.
Ilgervixel. Erixvigel. Ixgulvire.
Okay, we can. Okay.
Ivixlurg. Zivrel.
James, please, not like this.
Skylar, say something.
James, please. All right, guys. What?
None of these are pronounceable.
No, they're not.
Levzerg. That's a good one.
How did you guys feel about the story in the game?
I've talked about this with you, Skylar, and I've talked about it with Claude. The ending was a little rushed, along with the Nero DT thing. Felt like we could have done one more mission, but overall, I was satisfied. I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to maybe Virgil being a weird dad in the future release.
Oh yes, so that's what I was saying before I forget. Is that the data mines are saying that like there's primitive move data for Virgil
makes sense
as a playable character, and that a leaker did say it's like he's like the guy that leaked some stuff for DMC5 that ended up being real.
Mm-hmm.
So he's reputable. I think he's leaked some stuff in the past that ended up being true. I forget who it is, but if I remember correctly, this is like a source from a reputable leaker. That there will be a Lady and Trish DLC. It's called Ladies Night.
I like that,
and they'll be playable in that too, which means they'll probably be in Bloody Palace also.
That's cool.
I like Lady significantly more, but I like both of them.
I like Lady too.
I think Trish's moveset was fun in DMC4 Special Edition because she had a bitch load of moves with the Demon Sword Sparta. I wonder what her weapon is now that she doesn't have that anymore because it got.
Yeah, I'd like to see the conversation when Dante gets back. She's like, "So where's my sword?"
It's inside of me.
Unfortunate.
Sword trick.
Wait, no, she did see him again when he had the demon sword, Dante.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she doesn't care that much. She'll just have somebody make a rep. She'll just have.
Well, yeah, I guess because
make a rep.
that was his sword to begin with. He just left it with her.
Oh well, speaking of this, I saw someone has a GIF where they replaced Dante's model with Lady's model, and doing like Kalina Ann shit. And it's fucking godlike looking.
Did you? All right, so I had to tell James about it. Did you find Kalina Ann?
I did find it, and I was so confused. I was like, I literally jumped into a room and picked up the Kalina Ann. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like I didn't even see it on the floor. I just like was in the room and I just jumped. I jumped at the wall and got a menu that was like, you picked up the Kalina Ann.
I had a vastly different experience to yours, where I did find that room, and I didn't get that. I just had 3 question marks. I was like, what the fuck is this? It was just 3 question marks like over an area, but I wasn't picking anything up, and I fucked that room up. I was like, what the fuck's happening? And I left. I completed that section, that area, and then it was like, hey, move on to the next area. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go back there and figure out what the fuck those question marks were. I went back there, and it was like, you picked up the Kalina Ann, and that was my go-to ranged weapon for the rest of my playthrough.
The Kalina Ann is amazing.
Yeah,
and then double Kalina Ann has like the best range gunslinger abilities for the thing ever. It's so good.
It is pretty rock solid. Cascade is great.
That was like my go-to combo ender. Was like you do like Dr. Faust, with like the things to juggle, and then you charge the gunslinger level 4 move with double Kalina Anns, and you just melt whatever you're hitting.
Okay, so this is something he wasn't doing. Another thing you could probably advise him on, probably better than me, is he mentioned not wanting to, because he was mentioning wanting to farm. I was like, why don't you use Dr. Faust? He's like, I don't want to waste my stuff. I was like, no, you can put the little hat on them, and it'll help you farm it better.
Yeah, I remember that, but it's like, I have to use red orbs first.
No, you don't.
No, not really
at all. You could put the hat on them and then switch to a different weapon, and you can still farm orbs from them.
Oh, okay.
Like right now, you're using the most inefficient ways to farm. Also, watch live action cutscenes. That triggered me that you didn't.
Yeah, they're so good. They're so good. Fucking yeah, there's some really choice ones.
I think the ones that get me the most is when like hey, your reason's sitting right there, so we're gonna like CG Dante to be smaller.
Yeah, well, because I always like the ones that had forced perspective, like the current scenes where like V is going to kill Urzin, and so it's like they have like the actor playing V sitting on top of like a podium or whatever, and then the guy that plays Urzin is like really close to the camera in the foreground. And it's super goofy looking.
Anything with Griffin in it.
Yeah, dude. Anything with Griffin is amazing because it's just that fucker. The times when he's on like a fucking ladder, it's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Also, the cutscenes with Nightmare, it's so fucking funny because the dude playing Nightmare is just standing on top of the ladder with like his arms, like he's T-posing on the ladder. It's so funny.
Oh man. But what else we gonna say?
Also, there's some fucking weirdness in those cutscenes where they only have like 2 girls, and then so the scenes when like Lady, Trish, and Nico are all on screen, it's really funny because the girl that plays Nico also plays Trish, like primarily in cutscenes. So there's times when like they'll like cut back and you'll see that the person in the background that's playing Nico is like a completely different lady, but in between shots it'll like the same person plays both of them. It's really fucking weird.
Now, this is something I'll probably get some hate for. I like Nico well enough. For some reason, I don't like her accent. I don't know what it is about her accent.
How dare you?
Oh, I'm seeing something weird. Somebody modded Virgil's model onto Dante during the Michael Jackson scene, and seeing Virgil's smile is so fucking unsettling.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't like Virgil smiling. Here, I'll post it for you guys to see later, but you don't watch it right now. But
I'm gonna watch it right now, and you're not gonna be able to stop me.
Please don't.
All I see is Devilman. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Virgil fight was tough.
It was alright. It wasn't that hard. It's harder on Dante Must Die because he has more of his moves from Devil May Cry Special Edition.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
God.
on Son of Sparta, because
Oh,
like it's a thing where like he has some of his when I was playing the boss fight, it's like all of his moves are moves he has in Devil May Cry 4. But he has like the upgraded versions of them on Son of Sparta, where like he'll do like I forget what his version of like streak is called. He does that, but if you hold the button down on DMC4, he'll end it with like a uppercut. And so now he does that too. He has like the better. He already has upgraded. I forget. It's not Judgment Cut, but like the like slashes he does that are like away from his body. He already has the upgraded version of those at the start of the fight. He has better parry shit at the beginning of the fight.
Y'all see how fucking thick the Shin Devil triggers are?
Remember, they got big booties.
They really do. It's uncomfortable, but I love it. Diamond ass. I love her.
I love Nico. Nico's
great. The best.
Nico is great. She's like the best character in that game. I fucking love Nico.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
What's your favorite of the van transitions?
It's from the ground.
When you call it the van, yeah, that one's really good. From the ground is really funny.
There's no reason for her to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I remember when that happened. Caesar, like, she had just come driving out from the street, and then she came from the ceiling, and Caesar and I were playing it, and she's like, "Oh, what's she gonna do? She's gonna come out from the ground now?" And she just erupts, and it's like, "Oh no." It's happening.
That was really funny. My favorite was the ones I like are the ones where she like fucks with the people that are in the scene. So I really like the one where she almost kills V.
Yeah,
that one is good. And then I also like the one where it implies that Nier has to wait forever, where he's reading the magazine.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, that one's good.
What are you guys looking forward to for Devil May Cry 6?
More Virgil.
Virgil as a main character. Like playable Virgil. Virgil's there from the beginning of the game. And he's not a villain.
Do you guys want Virgil to be awkward dad?
Yes.
Yeah. Same.
I very much want awkward dad Virgil.
I want to know the fucking story of who he slept with and why.
I love that he doesn't even remember. He's like, "Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did do that."
He's like, "I guess even you were once young."
One thing I like that made me fall in love at the end of this game, especially when it said like, you know, in the whole like pre-chapter description, like there would be no fracks thread today, and I felt the same thing about Broly. It's like I love that they were taking characters who were like, because Broly was my favorite movie villain. They're taking characters who are villains and bringing them back, but then keeping them alive and not murdering them. Keeping them as like parts of that world. Is like, I was super happy about that by the end of Dragon Ball Super Broly. I'm super happy that like they're like, all right, Virgil, and I want to talk about that scene when he came back and the bitch slap, and that scene was my favorite scene in the entire game. But I'm glad that he's back and he's going to be alive and kind of a good guy.
Yeah. Fuck, that Virgil smiling is really scary.
Yeah, it's rough.
Actually, fuck it. Let's talk about that scene now if you guys are cool with it.
The bitch slap?
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I love Nero in this game, by the way.
Yeah,
I feel like they really do a really good way of balancing him being like an edgy, like punk kid who also was like actually like a wholesome boy secretly, like a secret wholesome boy.
I love the fact that he unironically like keeps people from cursing around Kyrie.
Yeah, bruh. My favorite ever is that if you S rank, because on Son of Sparta you get there's like they add in the memorial photos system or whatever.
So they add that wonky depending on how you kill him.
They add that in no matter like whether it's because I've been replaying a double game. Yeah, after you beat the game.
So if you S rank missions in that you get an extra photo at the end of the level, right? And on the level where you fight Athena, and when you get the S rank, the second photo that you get is a photo of Nero calling Kyrie to apologize because he saw another person's another naked
oh,
fucking great.
That's funny.
It's fucking good.
My favorite part about Nero was that he held on to Salt for being called dead weight for a month.
And he was very, very angry boy.
Yeah.
You listen. dead weight. Like everything about God, and I love like Virgil's like, fine, fuck it, whatever. So Dante, if I beat him, that means I beat you, right? And he's like,
Yeah,
whatever, I really
Dante's
don't
like,
care.
fuck it, whatever, I don't care.
I'm just gonna sit this one out.
Dante's done. He's already beat Virgil 5.
He got slapped. That's the end of his story right there. He's like, not gonna kill us. Bullshit. That bitch slap nearly killed me. That I had not laughed harder at anything in Devil May Cry since that. Like,
no, I loved the end of the game where near Virgil's like, "Who taught you how to count?" That was good.
Who taught you how to count?
Wait, when was that said?
That was when they're in hell.
Oh, when they're fighting or fighting demons.
Don't you dare say it! Yeah, it's fucking good. That whole thing.
Jackpot. Apparently, when Nero is like forcing the doppelganger back into Virgil, he will at one point say jackpot. Yeah,
he will. Yeah,
jackpot.
Which is what he that's also a line he says in DMC4 in the final boss.
Yep.
Yeah.
That final boss fight in DMC4 really showcases how OP Dante is.
Yeah, holy shit.
Because he stops his punch with no effort spent.
Remember after the final boss fight, he destroys the portal to the underworld with Yamato from like fucking 2 miles away. Remember that?
He's just been holding back.
Yeah.
He cuts it from standing like he's like nowhere near. He's nowhere close to it. They're like it's like in the distance.
Dante getting a new weapon is always my favorite thing.
They only did it once in this game though, like the thing.
Dr. Faust.
I fucking
they did it for each of them. Like when he killed Cerberus. I mean, when he killed Cerberus, he just kind of got it. But when he fought Cavalry, he, like cut off one chunk and it went to the motorcycle, and he was like, "Oh, sweet!" And he cut him to pieces to make a new motorcycle. And then,
what I'm saying is, in DMC3, what the whole thing was, every time he got a new weapon, he would do like a dumb, like weapon showcase, like choreography thing, showing off whatever.
Oh, that.
And this game,
that was in 4 as well.
It twice. And this game, he only does it twice. He does it with Dr. Faust, and he does it with King Cerberus.
Wait, what do you think? What was your favorite? A different game, of course, but what was your favorite one in DMC4?
In DMC4, I fucking love the one for Gilgamesh.
I don't remember the one for Gilgamesh.
But also, like, I just love that animation, the whole thing at the end with him killing Belial. Like, that whole thing is incredible. Where he makes all the hearts out of the bullets, and then he carves the rock into a big giant heart, and then he splits it in half with those the rose. It's so good.
It's the best.
I love that Balrog didn't get any introduction.
He has it. He just has Balrog.
Oh, one, your guys' favorite weapon. 2, your guys' favorite move in the game.
Balrog real impact.
My favorite weapon.
Balrog and weaving. I love weaving.
My favorite. It's cheating, but my favorite weapon is the what's the move? Red Queen. Because I fucking love Max Act shit. I think
is cool.
It's so satisfying. But if I choose like a Dante weapon, I really liked King Cerberus. I really fucking I'm very into all of the changes they gave to Cerberus. It's so much fun.
Yeah. It's the thing that James initially said, like, real impact is, because I was a little bit mad at first that you even said it, because you didn't have real impact when we talked about it.
Yeah, but it's
fuck you. But yeah, that is my favorite move. It's so satisfying to hit.
Have you guys tried to do distorted real impact?
I asked him to try it out, but he said it didn't work for him. So
I said I'm probably fucking.
Well, because
that's why I said
it's like
it probably didn't work
frame.
for you.
Yeah, distorted impact is like just frame. It's really hard.
Is it actually in DMC5 though?
I don't actually know. That's why I asked.
All right, I'm googling it right now.
I would assume that it's in because it was like a bug in the first game, but they kept it in DMC3 and 4.
I'm not seeing anything for DMC5. It's all DMC4 talk, so I have to assume.
Well, the game is really new. Like I remember, I was trying to find. By the way, what was the hardest part of the game for you guys?
Virgil fight.
Virgil?
No, you guys are wrong. The hardest part of the game was the part where the game was like, now do this obstacle course on Punchline. That was the hardest part of the game.
What are you talking
about? The secret mission?
Yeah, to the secret mission.
I didn't
There's a
get
part
that
in the
secret
game
mission.
where like you like go over to the thing. You know, it isn't a secret mission. It's like there's like a path and it leads up to a blue orb, and then there is a secret mission that's up there, but it's pretty easy. That's not a hard one. But that secret mission is literally like there's this giant obstacle course, and you have to ride Punchline all the way to the end of it. But because Punchline has a time limit when you're on it, it's really fucking hard to get to the end of it without it blowing up.
I never saw that part. What are you talking about?
It's towards the end of Nero. I think.
Are you talking about that part where it splits paths and you have either the spikes to deal with or the Gerbera?
It's that level, but it's later in the level. There's a part towards the end of the level where there's like a statue of time. And if you go behind it, there's a path down there that's a really long sequence where there's punchlines everywhere. And it's like ride on the top of this thing with the punchline, and you have to get on top of the thing, and there's a blue orb up there and a secret mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a whole blue orb or a piece?
A piece.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Yeah.
I spent like 30 minutes trying to do it. I was getting heated because I was going through so many punchlines.
Let's see. Man.
How many times did you guys die?
I died almost entirely on Virgil.
I only died while fighting Virgil, and I think it was like 4 times. But I've died a lot
You died 4 times on him?
Yeah,
I've
died a lot in Son of Sparta though, because Furies are the worst, and I hate them.
I hate the Hellbats. Hellbats are annoying.
Hellbats are you can grab them. Wait,
yeah, no,
you're talking with who?
Like, I most encounter them with Dante, and they're just annoying. The fire that they breathe, it's just annoying.
Yeah, but like you could hit them with clean aim and they'll fall down.
Yeah, that downs them pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I died. Most of the times I died. I think maybe it was 6 times total through the story. I died once because I was fucking up when I was fighting Artemis. I died on some mobs when I was being just overzealous, and I was like, okay, I deserve that. I died once on Cerberus, or King Cerberus, and I died twice in the Virgil fight.
King of Cerberus fucked me up on my first playthrough, but I didn't die on that fight. Virgil did fuck me up. I did die in Son of Sparta fighting Nidhogg, which embarrassed me.
Really?
Yeah, Nidhogg's I don't like Nidhogg's fight at all.
It's okay. It's better when you have the King of Cain's move, because then you can down multiple of the tentacles at once, and then you destroy them all at one time.
I don't know. I got caught in a weird rhythm where I would destroy a thing. A tentacle, and then Nidhogg would come out, but then I would have to destroy another tentacle that was giving me problems, and then he'd leave, and then repeat that process. It'd be really annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of an annoying fight. I didn't have trouble with it on my first run, but on Son of Sparta, I did have a little bit of trouble with it because it was just he was doing a bunch of shit. But other than that, I feel like King of Cerberus. I think it was just my first time playing King of Cerberus. I wasn't using Trickster well enough during his fight. But that just ended up being how it was. Other than that, though, I think Furies. I think I've died more to Furies than anything else in the game.
Which one are the Furies?
You only fight them once. On Devil Hunter. It's It's the version. It's like the final version of like the lizard enemies, the ones that teleport around.
Oh, those guys. Okay.
But there's some parts in Son of Sparta where you have to fight them in like normal encounters, and they're fucking hard because you can't just hit them whenever they're not in recovery of a move. They're invincible, and you can only hit them when they've recovered a move, but only if that move misses. But they're like always teleporting around, so it's really hard to read whenever they're going to attack. So there are times So there are times when they get thrown into a normal encounter where it's like time to fight like the Hell Scissors, and then also fight a Fury or fight 2 Furies at once. I'm like, my brain is like shutting down trying to comprehend when I should dodge. They're hard. They're really hard. They actually made me want to go into the void and just try to figure out like parry timings for them. because that would help a lot. Because it's just hard to do damage to them too.
Well, maybe you're just a bitch.
If you're playing the game again on Devil Hunter.
Well, yeah, because I didn't know I got to keep my moves until you just told me.
Well,
Why didn't you even attempt it?
yeah, that's kind of it's kind of weird to assume that you wouldn't, considering that Bayonetta lets you do it and DMC3 lets you do it, and DMC4 lets you do it.
I didn't complete those games. Devil May Cry 5 was my first DMC game.
You should probably go back.
Those
I should.
good games.
But yeah, Devil May Cry 5 is the first one of those games that I've ever completed on my own. So, yeah.
Baby's first.
Those games are kind of short. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have 4, and I think I have Bayonetta on Steam also. It just never, like, I have something I do, and then I just get caught up doing something else. Happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to say about DMC5?
Is there any character or anything? We didn't really talk about V that much.
Well, yeah, because V no longer exists, really, at this point.
Doesn't mean we can't talk about him. Like, what did you think when you got the explanation for what his shadows were?
Oh, that's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it's it's not.
What? Stop.
Oh, wait, for an explanation of what, then? I must have misheard.
Griffin, Shadow, and Nightmare. How they were talking about that was parts of... What was it he said? Parts of the psyche from Nello Angelo?
Part of his memories.
It's his memories from when he was Vanilla Angelo, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying you're really into this Kingdom Hearts joke. Because that one has an actual explanation
Well, I heard explanation of, and then I knew we were talking about V, so I just assumed we were going to talk about the fact that it's Kingdom Hearts.
Well, maybe you shouldn't assume because you don't know where I'm going to go with it.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have a doo-doo finger, but clearly I do, so, I thought it was nice. I thought it was a little cool thing to, like, now we actually understand that he was at least somewhat aware of what was going on in DMC1.
Well, he had to be. He came back fucked up. He knew stuff happened to him.
Yikes.
I was like, what's been going on here? What happened? Oh,
like, shit. He went to hell in 3, or he was in the Underworld 3. He went to go fight Mundus, and he got fucked up and mind controlled and turned into Nello Angelo. And he doesn't just, like, wake up from that and be like, oh, everything's fine. He woke up fucking dying. And it's like, I gotta fix this. I really need to go back and play those other ones. I'm probably gonna get the collection because I played 4.
Make sure to play.
I've seen cutscenes for 3 because like I heard great things about it, so I've only seen the cutscenes for 3. But I didn't play any of the other ones outside of 4 and 5.
I played 10 minutes of 1, and then I bounced off because the first level is find all the red orbs in this room, and I couldn't find the last one, so I was like, this is stupid, and I never played it. And then I played DMC3. I beat that game. It's pretty good. I feel like as the games have gone on in the future that they've figured out better what's more fun, how to design enemies to be more fun to fight. Because DMC3 has kind of a problem where some enemies are just not, they're kind of annoying to fight more than anything else. And DMC4 had less of that as a problem, and DMC5 doesn't really have the problem at all, I don't think. So they've gotten better about it over time was going on. But the game is still good. It has really great bosses, and I mean, like, I don't know, it's pretty good. I think it holds up pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Also, it has the best battle theme besides Devil Trigger.
Yeah, Subhuman's great.
Yep.
What?
Joke. The joke being that.
Oh, did you guys keep Subhuman on? Because I instantly changed it to Devil Will Never Cry.
I have all of the No, I never changed any of the music and stuff. I did change the announcers though.
What do you change it to?
The announcers, I mean, it's just an on-off switch, whether you want the normal ones or the alternative ones. And it's like, it sounds like the alternative one sounds like it's Nico just going, like, she doesn't even say the actual name, like the actual, like, she doesn't say Savage or anything. She says, like, some other shit.
Smoking Fishy style.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you, Skylar, did you change any of the battle music, or did you keep it
I
all
did
the
it
way?
on the first playthrough on Son of Sparta. I changed V's battle music to the music that Nero had in DMC4.
The time has come, and so have I.
Yeah, and then for Dante, I changed it to Battle 1 from DMC3.
You know, I couldn't not do Devil Never Cry.
Yeah, I left Nero the same as I just love Devil Trigger so much.
Devil Trigger's good.
Devil Trigger's the best.
So should I put that note there? The Devil Trigger's gonna be the outro, or no?
You did.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler for this thing that's on the docket that you post and people see.
Yeah.
Plus, we put credits in there anyway, so I mean.
I meant spoiler alert. Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I misunderstood. When you say docket, I think of the docket that we have. I don't. When I think of the description of episodes, I just call it the description. But
I mean, they're more or less the same, but yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I got you now. I got you though. If there's nothing else, I was gonna do the outro little bit of explaining some of the stuff, some of the new changes.
I just want to make sure that there was nothing else in the game I want to talk about. Give me like a second to think about it.
1 second. Okay.
Yeah, I wish I could play as Lady and
Yeah,
Lady.
Let me play as Virgil.
Let me play as Kyrie.
My only disappointment in the entire game was that during the credits, when you're playing as Dante and Virgil's fighting with you at the end, and that thing when it cut to black, that it didn't load back in as me playing as Virgil.
Why didn't they fucking model Kyrie in this game?
She doesn't even have a model. She's just a voice.
Yeah.
I remember when I was playing it, I was wondering, is Kyrie going to actually show up? Are they going to show her body? And the answer is no.
It's no place for a lady.
It's true. No, but Lady's in the game, though.
Yeah. There's a woman called Lady.
No, I know. He was
making
making a joke. That's actually when you beat that level, the on the second playthrough, the line it says there's no place for a lady.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Because it's a pun, because her name is Lady.
Yep.
She was inside of the boss's body.
Yes. So that's all. Thank you everybody for watching this episode's weekly Dadcast and joining us for the DMCV Spoilercast. If you happen to listen all the way through, so I need to make sure I remind everybody we do have a new website for all of our Podbean listeners that will be discontinuing very soon. So I highly recommend, if you'd like to continue listening to us regularly, make sure you start visiting the weeklydadcast.com website. There will be a link in the description to this episode in the link in the description of this episode to the website on Podbean. You can also subscribe to our RSS feed, which will also be in the description. Make sure you follow us on Twitter in case there's any updates. There was a recent issue where I accidentally fucked up on Podbean, and I had to re-upload all of our episodes. So that was rough. Yeah, then there's the YouTube channel, there's the Patreon if you'd like to support us, just $1. All the money goes towards hosting the website and getting better equipment for everybody. If you can look through our list of goals, essentially, with funding. Right now, we're just aiming for $23 a month, just to that would ease the burden on me for hosting the website on using Squarespace. Anything after that is going to just be whatever. Again, you can look at that at patreon.com/weeklydadcast. Or no, I'm sorry, patreon.com/dadcast. There's the YouTube channel, twitter.com/weeklydadcast. We're on Twitch, twitch.tv/weeklydadcast. Everything's Weekly Dadcast. Weekly Dadcast forever. 9 more seasons, 1,000 episodes. I'm trying to do the Rick and Morty thing, but it's not really working. So we're just gonna slowly fade into Devil Trigger. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Gotta let it out.
Gotta let it out. Gotta let it out.